How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is a 6th live stream here on Hutan Pantai. How's everybody doing out there tonight? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I know I am having a wonderful, wonderful Friday so far. Let's see. We are starting out strong, of course, with the man, the myth, the legend. Rail Fanning Jonah says Friday plus BDD stream equals a great day. That is 100% accurate. And it just so happens we have Jonah on here with us here tonight. Jonah, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic, BVD. It's the weekend. It's gonna be a blast.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So do you have any shout outs or anything or anyone you want to give a shout out to here tonight?
I guess my train YouTube channel, Rail Fanning Jonah. As you know, we hit the milestone of 4,000 subscribers recently, so shout out for my channel. If you like trains, it's got every type of train you can imagine on there.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations about that, by the way.
I know, small victory, right?
Hey, every goal, every milestone is important.
Indeed.
Let's see. So we got Whiskey Creek Farms. How you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says hi there, BDD. Crimea River says hello, everyone. How's it going, Crimea River? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Ken Adlam, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day as well. Says what up, people? What up, Ken? And we got Jody. How's it going, Jody? Hope you're having a fantastic day as well. So, we are in the month of October. I've been kind of looking around to see what all needs to be done around here, and I don't think there's a whole lot that needs to be done around the farm itself. I think what we need to focus on, just like last time, is contracts. I think rice, when is planting on rice? That's long grain rice is April. I presume rice is also April. Yep. So we got some time before we can plant anything there. And Jonah representing the John Deere green right there, looking good.
Gotta mix it up. It was K's last time. I have to look like I changed clothes.
Good point, good point. Pippa, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says hi, Jonah, and hi, BDD Gaming. How's it going, Pippa? Let's
Hello, Pippa.
see. So yeah, I was showing this screen off and forgot that I didn't switch it over to the actual game view itself. So yeah, I've been kind of taking an inventory of the farm here. We ended up planting the barley in both the small fields here, and we've got these 3 fields that we need to put some rice into, but right here, right now, there's really not a whole lot to do around the farm. So I think it's going to be some contracts here, just like last time. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to take this wood transport. I'm going to give this one more try and see if I'm not just a complete hash at this.
We know what happened last time. You couldn't figure it out.
Well, you know what? 2 can play at that game, sir.
I mean, yeah, I got stuck in I did get the case stuck last time, so I can't be talking.
This is absolutely true. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, we're gonna give it a try. We're gonna see if I have the skills to pay the bills this time. Let's see. And Jonah, if you want, feel free to work on some contracts as well, and I'm just gonna be kind of chugging along here. So
I just thoroughly enjoyed the view.
Hey, it is a beautiful view on Hutan Pantai. I can't say as I blame you. So, how is your gaming experience going on 25? Whoa.
I'm loving it. Like, mods are slowly starting to come out, which is making it more and more easier. Like, maps, not so much, but hey, the maps are pretty good. Like, say, none of them are, like, too good for me, but they all have their, their specialties and stuff. But I guess I'm just used to big open fields from, like, Texas Plains Flat.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's going to be kind of a shock, especially for somebody like you who's playing on Big Flats, Texas. That this tractor is really twitchy. But yeah, going from Big Flats to any one of these maps, even Zelonka or Riverbend or Hutan Pantai, I mean, really about the closest equivalent you're going to find. I mean, if you really want to kind of stretch the definition, would be the New Frontier, but that one's more of a kind of build it yourself and do what you got to do kind of map.
Yeah, which is good. It works.
It's one of those where I did the map tour on the New Frontier, and I did like the forestry version of it, but the other two, like, are you familiar with that map?
Yeah, the new one, yeah, I've played it a little bit when I've had time.
So the forestry version I thought was really good, but then there's two other versions that go along with that map, and one of them is a um, basically like a grasslands version of the forestry map. It's really just kind of take the forestry map, strip out the trees, and leave the grass, and that's about it. But then there's the other map. Think of the same exact style of map, the grass map, but the only difference between the grass map and the other map is that the plots for the map are significantly larger. So think of the second map, the grass map, as a sort of view of No Man's Land, where it's kind of has those little grids for the viable plots. And then the last one is take four of those grids and then put them together, and there you got the farmlands. I really think that that one is overkill. The third one, where it has the bigger plots of land, is a bit much for me. What do you think about that?
I would agree. Like it's there's a point to where you just make it rather like don't go overboard on it. Like say just sometimes all you have to do is keep it simple.
Well, see, and that's why I think that the version with all the plots of land, so the smaller version, and the forestry, I think would have been absolutely perfect. You know, because there's tons of people out there. Oh, what just happened?
Philippa Thompson has become a member.
Philippa with the 7-month member chat. How's it going, Philippa? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. Appreciate you being a 7-month member. Let's see. Let me get up to the slope here, and then we'll catch up with the chat. But like I was saying, it's one of those where I think the forestry and the grassland with the smaller plots would have been much better. Oh, got another.
Ken Adlam has become a member.
Ken Adlam with the 9-month member chat. Thank you, Ken, so much for being a member for 9 months. Greatly appreciate that. And yeah, with just those two versions, I think that would have been all set. And getting that third version where the only thing that changed between the two is the farmland size, I don't know, it just seems like, how do I want to say it? I don't mean this to sound probably as catty as it may come off, and it's not intended to be that way, but it just seemed like, you know, how could we put out as much with this as possible? And because there's the extra map and the extra everything else, it just feels like it's a waste of file size, waste of space. Now, us being so early in Farming Simulator 25, space isn't really an issue, but I don't know. It's one of those, it's something that I always consider when doing anything is, okay, how much size is this going to take, how much room, and all that stuff. So
I agree.
Let's see. Whoa. That was not the camera view I was expecting. Alright, so I finally made it up here. I'm going to get in position, and then I'm going to catch up with the chat here, because I can see we got some moving and a shaking going on here. Let's see. We've got... we got... Jody says, how you doing tonight? Doing fantastic, bud. Thank you for asking. Oh, and we got Whiskey Creek Farms with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Whiskey Creek. Greatly appreciate that. They went out to... Oh, Rambo Hacker Gaming went out to Blue Moon Dark. Eli Saba Rivska? Apologize if I mispronounce your name. Sim Sheriff and Brian Wilcox. Thank you so very much, Whiskey. Greatly appreciate that. Let's see, and that chiming is going to go on for a moment, so we're just going to let that play through. And while that is playing through, I'm going to go ahead and start working on this. So, Jonah, what
At
you...
least it's not as much timing as when I gifted 50.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, yes. Hence the reason why Jonah is known as the man, the myth, the legend, is because of that 50 gifted memberships. That, to this day, still blows my mind. I mean, that's the reason why you all can see me with this little thing here. Let's see. Put that down. Oh, no. Slide it out. Oof. I'm so used to the truck and doing the missions. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Okay, well, that was a whole boatload of useless. I'm trying with this tractor and crane that's attached to it. I forget what the tractor's called. And needless to say, I made a rather hash of it. But I was saying, I'm so used to the truck. I can pick up 2 logs at a time with the truck. Actually, it's gotten to a point where I can pick up, if I'm really lucky, like 5 logs at a time. What is going on? Why can't I grip these? There we go. Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh my. Jonah. I don't know how, and I don't know why, but I feel like this might be your fault.
What? I didn't talk you out of it.
I mean, it certainly can't be my fault. Oh dear. Oh dear.
I warned you. I warned you.
I mean, it's not like we had a whole bunch of other Hey, I did it! I did a thing! Alright, let's pick up this one now.
1 log down.
1 down and too many to go. Oh my goodness. Alright. Now we're talking.
It's a learning process.
Well, I'm starting to get a oh dear. As I say
I mean,
that.
I'm sure it's a lot easier in real life, right?
You know, probably not.
Well, think about you're probably using an Xbox controller and stuff. Well, they're actually using the stuff that's actually made for that, so it could be slightly easier. I mean, they're not using an Xbox controller to do it, right?
You know what? I like the way you think. I think that yes, I will go with that. It is more difficult with the Xbox controller. All right, now. Oh, come on now. It's like I just can't get the claw around it, no matter how I grab it. Ugh. Anyways,
Well,
let's
if you're
go.
any good at the claw machines, we gotta win a prize.
I mean, no. Not really.
Oh, man.
One of those where oftentimes it's just luck when I do win.
Yeah.
Spin
I'm
this.
no good either.
I don't know. It's one of those where I guess I'm just a glutton for punishment.
Yep. I mean, I had a time where I was very unlucky. I actually finally got it, but it was a ball. It dropped it and then bounced it back into the prize chute. I was like, come on.
Oh.
It dropped it, bounced, and it went back in. I'm like, come on, that's unfair.
That sounds like they did that on purpose.
I'm like, come on. If you're going to put a ball in there that can bounce, make sure it can't bounce back in.
Oh my goodness, what is happening? See, the other part that's really difficult, and I know I bring this up pretty much every time I take a forestry, like any kind of forestry contract, whether it's pickups or deliveries, I think is what they're called in this. Oh my goodness. But the forests are just so incredibly dense that it just makes it so hard to. I feel like that's just going to drop any second now.
I mean, I'm watching you. I mean, you look like you're doing something pretty good. I mean, probably better than I would do.
I don't know. This is.
I wish you could hire an AI worker to do that for you.
You know what? At this point, I would just pay them like unlimited amount of money just so I didn't have to.
Just like here, you get half the contract.
Yeah, just do it. Just get it off of my books.
But make it look like I did it.
Yes.
I mean, come on, who doesn't use the AI workers in some capacity? Like, say, no one's that perfect at this game. No one is.
Oh yeah, no, it's. Well, oftentimes I'll use them just to be able to multitask and get things done, and. Yeah. It's one of those, like, when I'm doing, like, the Let's Play series and doing my recordings and stuff, I will oftentimes do the work myself, but then there's definitely times where I'll be like, I've done this, like, 100 times, there's a bunch of other stuff I need to do, too, so we need to expedite.
Yep.
Alright, I'm getting brave, Jonah. 2 logs.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Can that trailer hold all the logs is my question.
Probably not. Knowing my luck.
Yeah, there's probably a way you're supposed to be doing that to get them all to fit, but like organize it, but who needs organization, right?
When I was in school, that was one of my lowest grades, was organization.
Same here, to be honest. I couldn't organize my binder if I got paid to do it.
Oh, it's funny, but my desk, it's in the other room. It's so malfunctioning right now to where it's... I've got so much stuff on it. My wife comes by and she's like, how do you work in this? It's like, it's organized chaos. Leave me alone.
Like, you find, like, say, sometimes I find myself not finding stuff when I organize something. Like, say, I find it easier when it's just randomly in the room, right?
Well, it's right where I leave it. And I know where I leave my stuff. And the moment that I move it, that's not where I left it.
Exactly.
There are times where she'll come into a room or something like that, and she'll move something. I'll be just sitting there scratching my head. It's like, where did this go? I know this was here. Didn't grow legs and just run away.
I mean, I've had some pretty embarrassing moments with that myself.
All right, this might be a hack job and stacking, but it's working. Let's catch up with the chat here real quick. We got Ken says, Farmer Klein had early access to my #1 map by Cavalier Roy, Riverview Side. It's coming to FS25 very soon. Ooh, very nice. That's awesome. Yeah, Riverview is an awesome map, and I'm excited that that one's coming, and hopefully it comes real soon. But the only thing I worry about is that the Giants break is really going to derail a lot of the releasing. I'm actually surprised up until this point that they've released some of the stuff that they actually have, like the 6MT, 9MT, 12MT, the plow. That one, I'm really thrilled about that one being released, because that's going to be an absolute game changer for me. And I think most people will have that same kind of feeling about it as well, because we don't have to use the backbone plows anymore. How awesome is that? What do you think, Jonah? Are you okay with using the backbone plows, or
Yep,
are you thrilled
I
that we
like
got
them
that?
better than regular plows.
What's
They're
that?
easier for the simple-minded.
Oh, are you talking like the 6MT, 9MT, or are you just talking about the backbones?
And I have to see what you're talking about. Usually, for me, I use the cultivator to create fields to do my plowing.
Gotcha. So yeah, the subsoilers will do that, but let me bring it up.
Let's see.
So the plows that I'm talking about, these are like the base game backbone plows, the ones that will just kind of stagger off to one side. But now we've
Yeah.
got this, the Lizard MT, which is, the subsoiler that will let you create fields. And this thing, it's my favorite by
Oh,
far
yeah.
and away.
I like those too. Like that one, yeah, I know that mod now. I know what mod you're talking about. Yeah, the
Yeah.
lizard mod. Anything lizard is pretty much perfect.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And this one here, like the fact that they added the 12 meter is so cool because it was the 6MT, 9MT. Now it's the 12MT as well. Oh, love it. Absolutely love it. It's a game changer. I can't tell you the number of times where I've been so incredibly frustrated trying to plow out a field and just almost been reduced to tears, with using those backbone plows. It just,
Well, yeah,
for
like
some
say,
reason, it just breaks my brain. I can't figure it out. I don't know why.
and like, imagine me when I started playing. I'm like, how is this supposed to work? It's not even. It's not. Like it's not level. I can't figure out how to get it to be like. I kept trying to figure out it needs like to be like everything else, like even across the back, and it's off to one side.
Oh, Nelly, don't. No, no, no.
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to call that a win. I'm going to call that a win. Let's get this all hooked up, ready.
Totally not like gonna get pulled over for that, but yeah, I mean,
No,
it's
no,
fine.
no, no, no. The people of Hutan Pantai are not gonna pull me over. They're gonna be like, okay, we see that he's using the little blue tractor with the crane on it. We're gonna sympathize with him and understand that he just went through a whole ordeal, and we're just gonna let him go with a warning.
I mean, like, say the police would be like, yeah, that's totally fine. It's strapped down.
Oh man. With my luck, though, they'd just be completely pedantic and like, oh, you don't have the flag on the back that the red flag that indicates that it overhangs the trailer by a country mile.
Yep.
That would be my luck. Oh, come on, come on, pull.
Do you need helper servers?
I don't know yet. Anything's possible at this moment. I don't even know where I'm taking this thing. Where am I going? Oh, I'm going over there. I should have gone the other way. Oh well. It's too late
I mean,
now.
you can always reverse it the whole way.
No. No. Jonah. Oh, you know what?
You can try your backing skills with it.
Something dawned on me the other day. So I think it was the last live stream that we were all in together, and not the one where you were joining here, but the last live stream I did. We had gotten to a kind of a round robin in the Team BDD, Team Jasper, all that stuff, and something kind of took notice of as I was doing that. Do you happen to know what that thing I noticed?
Not necessarily.
I know I'm being cryptic, and I'm being cryptic for a reason. So, in the comments, Jonah, the pretty much lone holdout for Team Jasper, actually said Team BDD.
Yes.
Yes. So, you've incurred Jasper's wrath. I'm sure that he will come haunt you now on your farm. Good luck.
I mean, like, well, like, I as you know, I've been friends with Jasper. He allows this every now and then. Like, say he wants, as him trying to make up, he wants everyone to be able to just have fun with it. So maybe if you choose Team Jasper every now and then, just to have fun with it, because both sides can be fun.
This is true. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I mean, at least it's Jasper's turned, into the good. It's Claws. Like when Claw starts coming in saying Team Claws, that's what we need to be worried.
Oh yes, that's the time to worry. Whenever Kloss gets involved, oof, just oof. And if anybody out there thinks that Jasper was a pain, no, Kloss is a million times worse.
Yeah, Jasper did it for fun. Claws just does it just to be pain to be pain.
Mm-hmm. That's it exactly. He just gets his fun and jollies out of basically making people miserable.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. All right, we are going to complete our first transporting contract with this set of equipment. I'm excited. Are you excited?
Yes, I'm so excited to finally see you complete this after what feels like a million tries at this point.
I mean, in all fairness, this is only his second attempt.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
1,000 more years, right?
Oh, come on now. Give me some credit. You know what? Oh, juddering horse. Always found that really funny when you're looking at the animals at a distance and they just kind of like they just kind of skitter across wherever they're going, like they're not fully animated at that point.
Yeah, like the render distance too far.
Yeah, exactly. Uh-oh. Oh, am I gonna...
Do I need to come push you up the hill?
You might need to. Oh my.
Pull a little tractor. Like, come on, guys. Y'all could put some more horses in the tractor for be carrying logs up a hill, right? You would think.
I mean, in all fairness, though, this thing is actually pulling, like, really well. You figure this whole trailer is significantly overloaded, and it's chugging up at 3-4 miles an hour. You know what? I'll call that a win. You know what, little tractor? Maybe I've been a little too harsh on you. Maybe you deserve a little high five.
Yeah.
All right, let's...
At the end of the day, it got the job done.
It did.
We can't blame it for being hard to figure out. It's not its fault.
There we go. And I made an extra $12. Woo! I'm rich. I can afford
yay!
I can afford a Big Mac meal now.
McDonald's.
Literally said the same thing at the same time. I love it. I said we can afford a Big Mac meal now. Let's see. What do we got going on?
Don't worry. I have the McDonald's app. We can get a Big Mac for free right now. I got enough points.
Ooh. Free Mac.
Yeah, free Mac or a free quarter. Or a free kids meal.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Ooh, cotton. Yeah, let's do some cotton. Why not? There we go. Let's catch up with the chat here. So, let's see. I left off with Ken saying, talking about Farmer Klein. We got Pippa with the 7-month member chat. We also got Ken with the 9-month member chat. Bradford, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says hello, everyone. Ken says Bradford with a wave. And then the Whiskey Creek gifted the 5 memberships. Again, Whiskey, thank you so very much for that. I greatly appreciate it. Pippa with all the custom emojis. Bradford says Klaus's fault. Yeah, but it's funnier to say it was Jonah's. Oh my, okay, so I gotta go that way. But no, most likely it was Klaus's. Let's see. Whiskey says, blame hashtag blame Jonah.
Oh no!
Oh, you know what?
What has he started now?
Everybody out there, we need to start a campaign. Go on to X, go on to whatever social media you have access to, and just start typing in hashtag blame Jonah. We need to make this happen.
Oh, oh boy.
Oh my goodness. I would do a literal spit take if I was just on like X or Instagram, whatever social media. If I was just on there and all of a sudden, just out of the blue at random, I just saw hashtag blame Jonah. No context, no nothing like that. I would literally do a literal spit take, and I wouldn't even have to be drinking anything in order to do it.
I've had a few of those in my life, and that would definitely make me do it as well.
You know what? I think that if everybody was perfectly honest, I think we'd all have to admit to doing that at some point.
Yes.
Let's see. Let's get this going. Perfect. And
Now for the baler, for the cotton baler, so you prefer the square one or the round John Deere?
so if I own the baler, I prefer the round. If I lease, has to be the square. Has to be. Because what oftentimes happens with contracts is you start harvesting and then all of a sudden you have a half full chamber. And if you have that half full chamber, you can't unload a round baler. You can only unload the partially made bale in a square baler. So you miss out on however much product you have in the chamber. And for contracts, that can be a real make or break it. I can't tell you the number of times where I've actually done a contract. Actually, last time it happened to me, I was in my middle of my Let's Play series on the Valley of the Old Farm. And I had a half full chamber of cotton, and it was only, didn't even produce a full bale for the contract. So it was just, everything was inside the chamber. So I'm like, oh, what do I do? I can't eject it. I can't do anything. I had to buy a bale to go and complete the contract, and then, basically eat whatever was in the chamber. I sat there and was like, I might as well have just bought the bale at the beginning, because I ended up paying a worker to have them work on the field, and then on top of that, paid for the bale, and then I got the payout, and yeah, I made a profit. It was very, very minimal of the profit. I think it was like a couple $100, but it's like, I probably used that couple $100 paying the worker.
Yep.
So yeah, needless to say, after that point in time, I learned every time I get a contract, if it comes with a round baler, I don't even bother picking it up.
Nope.
And I love doing cotton contracts. I love doing cotton work because it pays out very well for the product that you're getting off the field, and you can set the worker, just let them do their thing. It's rare that you actually have to intervene with them whatsoever.
Yep.
Let's see. We got a fertilizing, a deadwood. Oh no, do I want to do a deadwood? I might do a deadwood. We got more harvesting. Ooh, we got a green bean contract. Let's see. Where? Am I going insane? Where's the other tractor?
What?
Oh, are you in the other tractor? No, there it is.
You mean for the red?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm over here trying to pick it up for the thing.
Oh, I see it. Okay, yeah, I see you coming. Jonah just comes screaming through.
Don't mind me.
Yeah, here I come to save the day. All right, well, if that's the case, let's go ahead and pick up a different contract. Green beans. Why not? Oof. Wow, that's going to be a tiny contract. Anyways, let's see. Ken says, I prefer the telehandler with the silage clamp to load logs. Oh, 100%. 100%. If I had the money to... Actually, I technically do have the money. I could do that. That actually might not be a bad investment. Anyways, but yeah, the silage clamp works perfectly when chucking around logs. Whiskey Creek says, Team Whiskey Creek Farms. Whiskey. Come on now. Bradford with the... Oh, no. Bradford is apparently calling the cops on me. Sending them my way. Oh. And we got Jonah with the gifted membership. Jonah, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Was gifted
If
to...
you know me, I do what about averagely one per stream.
Yeah, yeah. No, I appreciate it. Thank you. It's went to Victor is that Fontenay, maybe? Again, if I mispronounce it, I apologize. Let's see. We got Crimea River says, I remember that cotton disaster. Right? Yes. It was an absolute disaster. It just, I had to sit there and buy everything. I had to go through and just, like, and I was doing all this, like, on the fly. I had no idea what to do. And I'm like, can I buy a bale? And I just so happened to have a mod installed that allowed me to buy the bale. And I'm like, okay, gonna buy a bale. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I went overboard and I bought 2 bales. I don't know why I decided to do that. But I bought 2 bales and then ended up having to, like, basically eat the price of the second bale. It was nightmare. Absolute nightmare. But it's a lovely map. The Valley Old Farm. You ever played on that map?
A couple of times, yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Black Sheep Modding does a really good job. Let's see. We got Why Not Gaming. Why not? How you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says, hey, BDD. Awesome. And we got Whiskey Creek says, hi there, why not? Why not says, hey, Whiskey. And Crimea River says, hi to why not? Let's see. So now we're going to get this harvester over there. Get it back up and... Well, not back up and running, but get it running.
Yeah, doing it for my friend Noah.
What's that?
Yeah, your contract, the contract guy is, you're doing it for, his name's Noah. And I have a friend named Noah. I guess you're doing it for my friend.
Nice.
Although he looks a little different.
So, I don't know what the story is. So, I'm on the little stretch of road between fields 3, 4, 8, and 9. Whoa, the fog got real. But
the fog is so cool.
Oh, it is nice. But I'm driving on the road and I realized that it's hugs right up against that second farm that's right there in the middle of the map. And it's like, man, this road was like a real afterthought. Like, not speaking from like the standpoint of Giants, but from like if this was a real life location and you're kind of observing. Like, this road was definitely put in here, like, after the fact. Like, this farm existed, and then they're like, we're just going to plot this road right here. It's like the town or the county, whatever, municipality is in charge here was really angry at the farmer. It's like, we're just going to have a main road go right on top of your farm right there. Hope your cows aren't skittish.
Yep.
Wow, look at all that. I can't see. All right, here we go. That, like that. Cool. There. Huh. I thought I hit the button. Anyways. Let's get a worker to take this one over, because why not? Oop. Let's see. Why Not says, hey to Miss River. Bradford with the tractor emojis. And Ken says, does everyone know that you can't buy an old grain mill museum on Riverbend Springs? That you can't buy. No, I don't think you can, but what you get is the payout from the materials that you deliver, and then you also, if I'm not mistaken, I think you get like a bonus payment like after everything's kind of delivered. What? Why? Why is that unreachable? Is it because I'm not on the road? Let's see. Let's try that again. No. I said... Alright, fine. How about if I just take you here? Oh, there you go. Jeez. The workers sometimes just make no sense. Let's see. Crimea River says that's a bummer, Ken. Let's see. So, Jonah, what map are you playing on right now? Are you playing on Riverbend?
Like, I've actually been super, super busy, so, like, besides really playing with you, I haven't really been able to play. Like, say, me working, you know, like, the senior living, like, say, it takes away any, like, free days I really get, because occasionally, like I said, I have to go into my off days when someone else doesn't show up, but I've like Riverbed's the one I've been playing on the most when I do have free time.
Okay. So, well, yeah, and you were saying the other day how you picked up extra hours, not just because of the because people calling out, but you had like overtime and stuff like that too. So yeah, you have been, you know, pretty busy here lately.
Yep.
But so what kind of goals are you trying to achieve on your map on Riverbend? When you get time, what are you trying to achieve on it?
Like, mainly, like, I'm just, I guess, like, you know, getting able to save up for equipment. Like, say, I'm kind of doing similar to, like, what you do, is I'm trying to play it as if, you know, I started with, you know, pretty much nothing, you know, just a simple couple of tractors, a harvester, and I'm just building my way up through it, you know, through the ranks of farming.
Nice. Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Let's see. I've got to... Yes. I've got to put that over there. There we go. But, so you're starting out with just kind of, you know, low and slow kind of thing. But are you trying to... Like, do you want to do cotton harvesting? You know, is that like your overall grand goal? Or do you want to do like green beans? Like, what kind of things are you striving towards?
Like, for me, like, I'm actually, like, say, wheat and corn. Like, those are the ones I like the most, you know. So I'm striving to get wheat on my fields and corn on my field, you know. Because that's what I did on Big Texas Flat. I did wheat and corn.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I think... on my Let's Play series, I ended up combining two of the main farm fields there and combined them with wheat inside them. I've got a third field that I need to plant and harvest, but that's not until, you know, it comes planting season. And then the third one, I got a big field of grass across the street right there next to the dredging barge. Which, I tell you what, it is so amazing now that we can actually utilize the stones from the dredging barge. How awesome is that?
Yeah. That's good. Like, use like stones, all you could do was like sell them, you know, like, but now, like, say, it's good that you can actually make use of stones.
Well, specifically the stones that are being put onto the map by the dredging boat. So right there next to your starting farm, there's the cement factory to like the southwest ish. It's to the southwest of Field 2, I think it is. And on that property just south of your field there, there's a dredging boat, and the dredging boat actually digs up stones and just kind of plops them down on the map. The problem is that you can't buy the land that the stones are sitting on, so you can't actually, like, base game, you couldn't utilize them. They're just a big pile of stones that are just kind of hanging out and sitting there. Well, now that we've got the what is it called, the forage pickup, I think, this thing, yeah, forage pickup. Now that we've got this mod, we can now pick things up off the fields that we don't own. So we can use this to be able to pick up all those stones. So that was what I did in, well, spoiler alert. I ended up doing that in the last, one of the last episodes. Oh. And we got Tim Hornet just subscribed. Tim, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. But, so yeah, it was one of those where I was able to, pick up all the stones and utilize them for things. But what's really nice is eventually we're going to start getting those mods where we're going to be able to start making our own lime, be able to make, maybe like the stone factory used to be when we had FS22, be able to make like the lime, the stone slabs, the marble busks, I think they were, like all that kind of stuff out of stones. Like, it was awesome. It's great that we can finally pick that stuff up. And what I'm really curious about is a harvesting contract with like wheat, barley, where if you make a straw swath, I know you can pick it up off the field, but you know how bales have been kind of finicky with getting them off the field and actually keeping them, kind of thing, for certain contracts? I wonder if you pick it up loose off the field, if you're going to be able to keep that stuff. I would imagine so, because there's not a bale for it to register. But we'll see. Mm-hmm. That'll definitely be something that I try here on the live stream.
Yep.
Let's see. Where was I? Bradford says, that's a for ya. That's an A for you. Bradford, I'm sorry, bud, but I'm not sure what that is in regards of, but if you wouldn't mind clarifying, I'd appreciate it. Tim Hornet says, hey, I'm a friend of Rail Fanning Jonah. Well, welcome to the stream there, Tim Hornet. Hope you're enjoying yourself so far. Greatly appreciate you hitting that subscribe button.
I have told a couple of friends about the stream tonight.
Hey, that certainly doesn't hurt my feelings. Let's see. How are we looking here? Okay, so about 11%. Where is that tractor? Oh, blocking the road.
All the civilians are like, get out of the way, you farm equipment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I tell you what, it's so funny. Where I grew up in Michigan, there was... like over by my grandparents' house, they lived right on a farm, and it was one of those where the road leading to their house was like a main paved road, but it was like 55 miles an hour was the bare minimum speed limit that people would travel on it, and it was just one of those where, people definitely did above the bare minimum on that one, and every once in a while, you'd get stuck behind some farm equipment, some tractors, some combines. It would just happen, obviously it's farm country where they are, and it would just happen. Well, yeah. It was one of those where you get all these people just so bent out of shape over being held up and not being able to get around or whatever the case may be. And it's like, hey, calm down. Like, just slow your roll. Everything's gonna be fine. You're gonna get to your destination. Just have a good time. Like, this is something you don't get to see every day, kind of thing.
Unlike how some of those like big like say fertilizers and stuff sometimes like say they're really high off the ground.
Yeah.
Some biker drove under it because he was so impatient of waiting.
Oh my goodness, that's nuts.
Like,
That's
well, at least you fit, but at the same time, what if the driver had to make a sudden move or something? You were under there.
yeah. Well, yeah, and that's the thing is, so many people don't sit there and consider what their actions may do to somebody else's life. You know, like the people who will like you said, if they're driving under there and the person decided, oh, I have to turn here, and now all of a sudden you're caught underneath their wheels. Like, imagine being the driver of that sprayer or that farm equipment, and all of a sudden you crush somebody, and it was not your fault at all. You got to live with that the rest of your life, and people don't think beyond, this is my desire, this is my need, or this is my want. So, forget everybody else around me. I've never understood like that kind of mentality, and just seems like it's so prevalent nowadays. Like, is it like really bad like that around where you're at there in the Carolinas?
Like, sometimes, like, yeah, like, say, you have some people that are impatient on the interstate, like, like, say, when you're coming to construction and stuff, they have to be at the very front, darting ahead of everybody, or they just got to be that extra car length ahead, like, it's gonna make all the difference and stuff like that. It's like, no, it's like, just if everyone just filed in, we all get through this faster instead of, you forcing your way in 3 feet from the cones.
I think I've told this story before on stream, but I used to live in Atlanta, just north of Atlanta, there in Georgia. And when I lived there, it was the first time I'd ever experienced this, and I haven't experienced it since. This was like a phenomena of that local area. And what would happen is, well, quick backstory. I used when we were moving up there. She was my girlfriend at the time, now my wife. When we were moving up there, I was like, okay, when we look for places to stay, when we look for places to live, we need to be north of Atlanta, south of our job. And I laid that out very specifically. And she's like, well, why? And it's like, well, think about it. You got the traffic going in the mornings, going south towards Atlanta, and it's going to be bumper to bumper traffic, and you're going to have people leaving leaving at night. They're going to be going north and in all other different directions. So you're going to have congestion going away from the city at night and towards the city during the day, during the mornings. So
And Atlanta never sleeps.
oh yeah, Atlanta's nuts. So I told her, it's like,
I was
hey,
there at 2 in the morning and still got a 15-minute delay.
yes. Oh man, and that's the thing is if you get like a ball game, or if you get some kind of event going on there, it gets nuts, absolutely nuts. But so when we were getting everything all worked out, we finally found a place that was in the criteria. And the first day that we were going into our job, this is back when we actually still worked in an office. Bumper to bumper traffic going south. It was easy sailing going north, and she's looking at me like, you did good. You thought that part through. It's like, I know. But at our off ramp for our job, it backed up because that particular off ramp had a very quick light. So it'd go, it'd be sitting holding it red, and then it'd go green, yellow, red. Like, it would be really quick. You get maybe 2, 3, 4 cars at the absolute max if they ran the red to be able to get through there. So what would happen is that the traffic would back up onto the off ramp and onto the highway. Like, it would be really backed up at that particular intersection. Well, what I would notice and what I would see people do all the time is, instead of diving into the back of the line and waiting at the end of the line, what they would do is they would race up past all the traffic and wait for the paper thin entry point. Like, somebody just hesitated for a split second to hit the gas to inch closer to the bumper in front of them, and all of a sudden they just whip right in there, like almost causing a big time wreck. If their brakes went out, they would have slammed in the back of the car in front of them. The whole 9 yards. It was just absolutely nuts. And this was a regular occurrence. It's not like one person did it and it was the only time I saw it. This was a everyday, multiple time a day occurrence. And it was so bad that there was even times where I started to adopt it, and I'm rather ashamed to say that. It's one of those, like, I guess do as the natives do. Even though I didn't approve and whatnot. But again, this was my younger days too, where I kind of let things go that I probably shouldn't have. But yeah, it was just a wild observation to see. And like I said, I haven't seen it since. Moving back to Florida and whatnot, never saw it before, haven't seen it since. And just, it's funny how traffic kind of behaves in local areas.
Yep.
Let's see. Bradford says, AI backwards, LOL. Oh, Bradford, I gotcha. That's IA for you. I gotcha. That's AI backwards. Oh my goodness! Now that you say it, I see it, and Ken says, I bought the cement factory, $370,000, took a flatbed load of cement bags, cement blocks, and roofing tiles to the museum and made a profit of $54,000. Wow. That's really not that bad of a payout, considering, let's see, flatbed load of cement bag. Yeah, and considering that now we have access to the forage pickup, you could buy that forage pickup and get free stones right there next to it. So you could just literally pick them up and dump them in, which is, that's a really nice little tool to have. Definitely one of those that I highly recommend on everybody's farm build is the forage pickup. Just like I said, just because of the kind of utility that it provides, but then it also opens up those possibilities of things that you can do outside of the norm, like picking up off of contracts, picking up on property that you don't own. Now, Jonah, have you ever used the forage pickup?
A couple of times, I found it easy to use.
It's one of my favorite tools to use in placement of, let's say, like a bucket or a shovel, That way you don't have to sit there and, like, fight with all the, like, scoop, dump kind of thing. You can just literally bump into something and just spit it out. And where I find that it works perfectly are on maps like, was it Deadwood? Was it Deadwood? Like, insert any of Poor Boy's maps from FS22, and where it had, like, the stone, what is it called? Like the gravel pits, like the stone yards. Why am I blanking on the name? Like the mines. You know what I'm talking about, Jonah? Like yeah. But where you have that overabundance of objects or supply on the ground, and you can just run into it, get a whole trailer load, and then leave. It's just super convenient to have. Let's see. So, how's that cotton contract? Oh.
I've already unloaded it.
Oh,
I'm taking it.
Oh, nice. I was literally just a few seconds behind it, wasn't I? Let's see. Oh, and
Philippa Thompson donated $2 New Zealand through Super Chat. Jonah, do Christmas song, please.
I see that,
and
I will provide.
Pippa, thank you so very, very much. And you know what? This is kind of justice, if you ask me. Jonah will sit here and send out super chats for everybody to, like, hey, do a song, hey, do this, hey, do that. Now kind of payback, isn't it, Jonah?
Yes.
All right, let's hear it.
Let's see, which one should I say? I should do the parody. Dashing through the snow in a 7-seater car, all of us in tow, laughing all the way. We look in the rear view, and what do we see? Our friend live streaming in his car. Oh, hit the gas, hit the gas, hit the freaking gas.
I've never heard that version before.
It's just it's a version me and my like train friends came up with.
That's awesome. I love it. Oh my goodness.
Or dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. All of our friends in tow, laughing all the way. Ha 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 ha. Bells and ring, making spirits rhyme. There you go. There's me singing.
Oh, I love it. Love it. It's one of those. I don't know if that technically counts as karma, but I mean, close enough, right?
I mean, yeah.
I love it, Pippa. Thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. Oh. Like I said, the reason I'm giggling so much at that is just at the most random times, Jonah will send it to super chats like, "Hey, sing a song," or "Hey, do this." It's like, okay. Oh, you know what? That just dawned on me too. You tried doing that with Ken and Pippa in the last stream.
Yep.
Love it.
Where's this cotton bale supposed to go? Like, where's this cotton bale going?
Where is it going? Oh, it's going to the city? Just so it looks like you're down to the southwest of where it goes. It looks like it's going.
Yeah, I looked at that. Like, yeah, I looked at the map now. I saw 2 points. I'm like, I guess the other one's for the green beans.
I mean, you had a 50-50 shot.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really specify which contract is going where. Let's be honest.
I mean, it does say it goes. The selling station is Spinnery.
I guess. But the guy was like, "Oh, there's a red circle. That's where I'm taking it."
Technicalities. I mean, come on. You know, this is Spinnery. It's the harbor. I mean, 6 of one, half dozen the other. Why can't the harbor take it?
Yep. I mean, okay. With that, I guess I should ask the question. What's your I'll tell you the story of my worst brain fart moment.
Whiskey
Where I
Creek
just
Farms donated
completely,
$2 through
had
Super
probably
Chat.
the worst brain
Jonas sing
fart
God
in the
Save the
history of
King.
brain farts. So I'm hanging out at the train station, and I get ready to leave, and I put the keys in the ignition, and this is where it gets funny. But then I get out, I'm like, where do I put the keys? Where do I put the keys? Keep looking for the keys. And then I drive home and tell my dad I can't find the keys for the car. Like, well, how'd you get here? I'm like, oh my Lord.
Oh, see, my wife recently had a moment like that, and I about died with laughter. So what had happened was she was looking for her phone, and she's looking around everywhere. She's like, I can't find my phone. Do you know where my phone's at? And it's like, it's a really common thing for her to just set her phone down somewhere, in the most random spots too. Like, she'll even set it down in the store somewhere, on a shelf. Just set it down and just walk away. It's really bad sometimes. Well, and she's sitting there. It's like, I'm trying to find my phone. Do you know where my phone's at? And she's got an Apple Watch, and on an Apple Watch you can sit there and push a couple of buttons, and it'll make the phone chime whether it's on silent mode or not. Well, at this point she wasn't wearing the watch for this, so she's like, I don't have my watch. I don't want to go back in the back room and grab it. Can you help me find it? And I'm just standing there, and I'm just staring at her. And she's like, well, what are you doing? Are you going to help me find it or what? And I'm just sitting there staring at her. I'm not saying a word. I'm just looking and staring. And she's like, hey, I'm talking to you. Will you acknowledge me? She's getting mad at this point. And I'm like, babe, I want you to assess the situation. I want you to very calmly look around. She's like, I've been looking around for 5 minutes. What are you not telling me? I'm like, sweetie, look in your right hand. And sure enough, in her hand was the phone. Like full blown hanging onto it. So it was just one of those like, oh, it was just comedic gold at that point. And it was just one of those, I was on board with just kind of, taking the heat as it were, and be like, yeah, I'm going to kind of dig this one in just a little bit.
I feel you there.
Let's see. We got Tim Hornet says, I've heard him sing the 7-seater parody, a car parody, in the Xbox parties. Oh, that's funny. So this is
and
not
for him. I'll just say bugger, bugger.
Oh no.
You know what I mean?
Oh no.
Bugger.
Whiskey Creek with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Whiskey Creek. I greatly appreciate it. Says, Jonah, sing God Save the King.
God save the king. I don't know the rest. I do apologize.
I love how somehow God Save the King is being mashed up with A Christmas Carol. Oh, so Whiskey with the LOLs. And then Tim Hornet says, my mom misplaced her glasses while wearing them. Oh, man.
Done that. Been there, done that.
Been there, done that as well. Been there, done that. Probably the worst thing that I've done along those lines is I pretty much kind of the similar stories that you had, Jonah. Is it was with keys, and I grabbed my keys, I went and set them down on the counter, and right where everything I was piling a bunch of stuff up, and I was getting ready to go out to the car and load up the car with a bunch of stuff. And I set them down, and I went to grab some more stuff. I set it down, and I set stuff on top of the keys. Well, it was just one of those where I'm sitting there like, okay, where are my keys? Why can't I find my keys? And I'm ready, at this point, I'm ready to start loading things up, but I had the keys so I could unlock the car. And I'm like, what is going on? So I'm looking around, and I'm getting like angry. Like I'm getting really mad because I'm kind of like in a hurry at this point, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know where they went. I'm just getting frustrated. And I'm like, babe, have you seen my keys? And she's like, no, I haven't seen your keys. I'm like, oh, I literally just had them. So I know. And she's like, well, just retrace your steps, which I don't know how anybody else feels about this, but does anybody else get almost irrationally angry when somebody tells you to retrace your steps? Or am I the only one?
I do, but it's like, okay, well, just do it, and you probably find it. And most of the time, it happens, or they're just telling you because they have it because they want to keep breaking you.
Well, so I'm like, I've been retracing my steps. I've been doing that for 10 minutes. And this, oh, you know what? That's why I kind of went silent in the first. So what happened to me, this story led into the second story. So the reason why I was giving her grief about her phone, not because it was also hilarious and it was so very obvious, but because it was shortly before that when nope, that's not where I meant to turn around. It was when I was having a hard time finding my keys that she was giving me the whole like, oh, well, just retrace your steps kind of thing. And she was just kind of giving me a hard time, like kind of rubbing it in, like, you're getting old. you forgot where your keys are. You forgot, like, she'll do that every once in a blue moon where she'll just kind of like rub salt in the wound. Oh, hey, I've got to pay attention to what I'm doing. And so I'm just sitting there, I'm looking around. It's like I retraced my steps like 20 times. I don't know what I did with them. She's like, well, they gotta be around somewhere, sweetie. You gotta find them somewhere. Oh, Jonah with another gifted membership. Jonah, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. And it went to
Well, for me seeing, it's worth it.
went to William. Thank you again, Jonah. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. But so I'm sitting there just wandering around looking for it. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to, at bare minimum, I'm going to go ahead and just start moving the stuff closer to the car, and eventually I'll find them. So just basically at that point, I just kind of gave up and was just trying to figure out what to do from there. And I pick up the first stack, go and take it out to the car, set it beside the car, and I come back, I pick up the second stack, and all of a sudden I like didn't pick them up like high enough, and as I pick it up and I drag it across the keys, it makes like the clanging noise that keys will make when they jingle, and it actually kind of scared me because I wasn't expecting a noise, and all of a sudden it's like clink, clink, clink. I was like, what is that? And then I look underneath everything and I'm like, oh, that's where my keys are. Awesome. And it was actually at that moment where I decided, so before AirTags, those Apple AirTags were a thing, people were coming out with like their own independent version. I actually got a set of just this little Bluetooth, kind of hooked up to your Bluetooth. You get close enough, you eventually like panic push the button and it sounds an alarm. I ended up buying a set of those because I was just so sick and tired of like misplacing my stuff, and really I bought a whole bunch of them just so I can put them on random stuff of my wife's. Because again, she's just notorious for just misplacing everything, specifically her phone.
I mean, we've all had those moments where like it's completely obvious, but it's like it's obvious where it is. Like it's in your hand, it's on your face. Like it's like you're just not thinking clearly at that moment.
Oh, yes, for sure. Like I said, I've had many a moments like that, but it's just what I was genuinely just giggling so hard, like when she had that phone in her hand. She's like, "I'm trying to find my phone," and she's like wandering around, walking everywhere with it in her hand, like trying to retrace her steps. I'm just dying laughing. And she's like, "What's so funny? Why are you not talking to me? What's going on?" And I'm just sitting there staring at her and just like, you'll get there. Come on.
Yeah, talk about being oblivious sometimes, right?
Oh man, it was just too fun. Too much fun.
I had a friend one time that was so oblivious. We were able to like say we have radios that we can like listen to when the trains are talking. I put a donut around his antenna, and it took him an hour to realize I put a donut around it.
like an actual legit donut, like a sugary
An
treat.
actual donut, yes. And it took him an hour to realize I put a donut around it.
Oh no! Now that is epic. One thing I will say though is, because I spend entirely too much time watching YouTube and stuff like that, I do love me a good like practical joke. I love like practical jokes and stuff like that. But watching some of these channels and stuff now, like there's some people out there that just take a joke way too far. Like way too far. There was one where is actually just here recently, and I just so happened to discover it on YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook, as a matter of fact, like Facebook video. And what it was is this married couple have a black headboard, like black as night. It is just pitch dark black. And this guy ended up dressing up like, think of like one of the demons you'd see from the horror movies, like one of the modern day horror movies, where he painted his skin like completely jet black from head to toe, and he had these bright red contact eyes, like these almost like glowing eyes. And he's sitting on the bed where his wife is sitting there having like these snacks. Like she's sitting there like just kind of fiddling around on the bed, laying down, relaxing, hanging out on her phone. And he's actually on the bed, but she can't, like right next to her, and she can't see him. Like it's that like good of a camouflage. And he's just sitting there, and eventually he starts messing with her. He's like moves her phone out of the way, and she's like, okay, I don't remember putting it here, but kind of resides to it. He ends up like grabbing a book of hers and holds it up in the air where, like, again, should be obvious if she's paying attention, but because she wasn't paying any attention, or she was like looking at all the wrong places, she didn't see it just kind of levitating there. And just so on and so, and it just continues to escalate further and further on. Well, eventually, he grabs the book again and chucks it across the room, and it makes the big loud thud, and she jumps up, and she's like panicking. She has no idea what's going on. She's freaking out, and all of a sudden he opens his eyes, and he lets out this like really kind of creepy like growl kind of thing. And that's when she notices the eyes, and she loses it. Just absolutely loses it. And it's one of those, like, okay, I can understand, like, that's funny, but at the same time, like, I know if I were to do something like that to my wife, that would be like almost cruel and unusual punishment at that point.
You're sleeping on the couch for a couple of days.
More like a couple of months. Because it's one of those, like, one, never mess with her sleep. Never mess with her sleep. She gets, she very oftentimes will be the one that, almost all the time, will be the one that wakes up with the kids and all that stuff. So, I can't sit there and mess with her while she sleeps. But, obviously that's not what was happening in the video. She was just kind of hanging out in bed. Well, just one of those, she very easily gets nightmares and stuff. So just one of those, I couldn't imagine doing that and then just fueling the nightmare fuel at that point. Like, I could only imagine. And then I'm like, ooh, not only is he sleeping on the couch for a while, he's gonna be he's gonna regret that. But like, and that's, like, again, that one's still in the realm of still practical joke kind of thing. But then there's other ones out there I've seen that are just completely cruel. Like, not a joke whatsoever. Like, shouldn't be even taken as a joke. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
But I need to put the stream on pause here real quick. I'm gonna put us on hold for just a minute, and I'll be right back.
I'll stand by.
And we are back. Wasn't gone
That
too
was quick.
That was very quick, yes. See, the little one...
That's gonna be a world record for you.
Well, so we started to change around the little one's sleep pattern. So what we did, or what we used to do, and what used to take so long during those intermissions, was she used to sleep on top of my wife. So about 9 o'clock is when we'd put both the kids down, to bed. But the little one would sit there and sleep on my wife, and what would happen is, ooh, wrong button. And what would happen is, after so long, about 11 o'clock is typically around when my wife wants to go to bed, is that she would need help, one, getting off the couch because the baby's on top of her and she doesn't want to like jar her awake, kind of thing. So she would have me come in there, go grab the baby, and then change her and do all that stuff. Well, here recently we started to actually put her down to sleep at put her in bed at 9 as opposed to letting her lay on top of my wife. And now it's to a point to where, because of that, I don't have to take long time like changing her, putting on her we got this little sock thing that lets us know if she's okay, kind of thing. It's supposed to help like prevent SIDS and stuff. But so yeah, it's just all those things basically got eliminated once oof. Oh no. I'm getting out of control and cocky. Nope, wrong way. See, I'm a lot better with the truck. Like, I don't know what it is, why I feel like I'm so much better with this as opposed to the tractor. I just feel like I have way more control.
Yeah, like, say, I'm looking at that, like, watching you, like, say, that is looking at 20,000 times easier than the tractor. No offense to the little bitty tractor.
Well, and that's it. I mean, you got a bigger bunk. The claw seems to just work better on this, in my opinion. You get a full articulated range as opposed to the other one. If you go in from one side, it kind of gets bound up. Oop, and it's not what I meant to do. But no, like, so like I was saying, it's just, I've seen those kind of videos where it's just like, it's not even a joke. It's just really kind of cruel. And it's like, man, oh, you know what? There's one channel I found here recently, and I laugh every single time. And then I like sit there and think about like, wow, all the mess and stuff that they have to clean up has got to be like so ridiculous. Like the amount of cleaning products that they have to be invested in is just absurd. But so I guess the whole point of the channel, at least from what I've seen, the husband is a cop, and the I don't know what the wife does, but what the whole purpose of the channel, or at least what they show as a very regular basic content, is surprising each other with these balloons that are filled with like shaving cream or some kind of like milk or something, you know what I mean? And
Yes.
they'll sit there and pop them on each other, and then after
Dear.
oh yeah, like in the house and like everywhere, and it's just the most ridiculous thing I've seen. Just a mess to clean up every single time you make one of those videos. And it gets like more and more absurd as the channel has gotten bigger. Like all the different stuff that they do in their own home. Like they buy these little what are those like Nerf, like the Nerf guns, and they'll put little tabs on them, and they'll like use them to shoot from a distance the balloons, to pop them. So they'll walk underneath the balloons, and all of a sudden they'll pop up from behind the couch, or they'll pop up from some weird place in the room, and then they'll shoot it, and then the contents will fall down on the person's head. Then they'll take these little party poppers, like the like what people will buy.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. And they'll sit there and just pop the party popper inside the house, and it's like, wow, like, okay, now have fun cleaning that mess up.
Oh yeah, like say we did a couple of those one time, like instant regret, literally. That was a disaster.
Oh.
And there was only 3 of them.
I couldn't imagine like making that kind of content to. I mean, I and it's entertaining. Don't get me wrong. To sit there and watch it, I laugh a lot, but it's one of those. Like, I could only imagine just how much of a nuisance it would be to clean that up after every single video. What just happened? Oh, that's what happened.
And then they release a video of the aftermath, and it's 12 hours long of cleaning after every, like, they combine all their aftermaths into the 12-hour long video of them cleaning everything. I'm like, well, that's fun for you guys.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's it. It's just, I couldn't imagine. And I know, like if I were to do something like that to my wife and and be like, yo, pop, and she would like sit there for 2 seconds, look at me, and she's like, you better get to cleaning this up like now. And then afterwards, she'd find it hilarious, but it's just one of those like, in the moment, she's like, nope.
Nope.
I just cleaned this the other day. You just made it a mess. You better get it to exactly where it was before you did this. Where am I going? Am I going back up to the... Ooh, I am going back up to the song. Oh, I'm in the middle of the field. What's one of the cruelest, like, the meanest pranks that you've ever heard somebody do?
Oh, let's see. Meanest prank. Well, there's this guy I watch on YouTube. He does pranks at his like parents' house, and he wrapped their entire house in Christmas wrapping paper.
Oh no!
And I mean like full on the whole house. He spent over $2,000 on wrapping paper and wrapped the whole inside of the house.
Wow.
And he did it twice. To add insult to injury.
Could you imagine having that much time on your hands that you could just go off and do something like that?
I wish I could have time like that, because, man.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, it's a good prank, but, well, you know who has to clean it up afterwards, right?
Well, not only that, but imagine all the... Ooh.
Effort.
Well, not just the effort, but all the waste that comes from that.
I know.
Well, I mean, I guess it's really no different than...
it for Christmas, actually.
I was about to say, there's really no difference than using it for Christmas and having it tore up, using that. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. But he'll do, like, a lot of stuff like that, or he prank his parents and fill their fridge with beer, which, it's one of those, like, I like that, kind of, but it's like, I want my food back, right?
Oh man, I could only imagine just coming back and it's like, oh, I just want to grab a sandwich or I just want to, get some food, and all of a sudden it's just nothing that was there in the first place.
Yeah. But he did do something nice. He covered, like, say, he went to the bank and took out money and covered the whole kitchen with money. Yeah, they were happy then.
Oh yeah. Shopping.
Shopping money.
Let's see. Okay, I am going the right way. I'm still trying to get my bearings on the layout of this map.
Like, that's the thing, like, say, you can get lost, like, say, that's why I kind of, like, with the kind of, like, I got a little lost. I'm like, I'm getting there. This doesn't look like a spinnery, but I've seen worse, delivery points on other maps, if you know what I mean.
Oh, for sure.
Like, it's a spinnery map, but I'm delivering to a wood factory.
Alright, let's see if this truck can make it up the hill.
Fertilizer
Booyah.
contract done. $6,000.
Oh yeah, made it up at 11 miles an hour. Whoo, boy. That's nice. Alright, so...
Ooh. Oh boy, yeah.
Bam.
You really want to make some money? There's a harvesting contract. Let's see, crop up pear snips for almost $20,000.
Oh, I like money. Not like that.
I'm about to
I
say, it's probably $20,000 for a reason. It's gonna be a pain in the
well,
the DD.
you look at the
Oh,
field. The
another one
field size
transport
is
popped up. I think that's for you, BBD.
the field size is almost 18 acres. Could you imagine doing that contract on 18 acres with that set of equipment, having to sit there and tag along beside it the entire time? No. Again, I like money, not like that. Not like that at all. Oh my goodness. Bradford says doghouse videos. Yes, that's oftentimes what I would imagine those videos would lead to. Is you you spending the night in the doghouse. All right, so let's go ahead and do the rundowns here for the channel and give all the shout outs and stuff that we need to do here. So we're going to start out with our memberships, our tier 3 members. Let's go ahead and start with that. There we go. Starting out with Rail Fanning Jonah, the man, the myth, the legend. Again, Jonah, thank you so very, very much. We got Will T Gaming, also known as the FS Encyclopedia, Pipe and Paul, Ken Adlam, Whiskey Creek Farms, Philippa Thompson, and Crimea River 63, the newest Tier 3 member to the channel. Again, Crimea River, thank you very much, and thank all of you Tier 3 channel members. Greatly appreciate every single one of you. Also want to give a shout out to the Tier 2 channel members, starting with... Actually, here, I need to refresh that, actually, because there ought to be more. Because of people like Jonah and Whiskey Creek. And helps if I actually hit the refresh button. Nope. That was wrong. There we go. Now we're talking. All right, so Tier 2 channel members are Mark K, Reavertime Todd, Christopher... Whoop, what just happened? Christopher Autry, Big Papa Sims, Charlene Stark, Cats Are High 247, Ben Goodwin, Jazz Marie, Raymond Gutierrez, Eric D, Gunbet Hockenschrud. Again, any names I mispronounce, I do sincerely apologize. Deskin Junman, I think that's Kittel Langamir. Ooh, wow. Sven Christensen, Sierra Ovidiu. Oh, wow. Again, I apologize to all of you. William Sim Sheriff, Victor Fontenay, Blue Moon Dark. We got Eli Shiva Rivka, Brian Wilcox, and Rambo Hacker Gaming. Thank all of you for being Tier 2 channel members. And if you are interested in becoming a channel member, go ahead and check out the link in the description below, or the join button also listed below. There you can get access to things such as the edited content for the Let's Plays and the channel shorts. You also get the custom badges and custom emojis. All that starts at 99 cents a month. You can also get access to Tier 2 memberships, which includes everything I just mentioned before, as well as a shout out every single live stream, just like what you just heard just now. And then there's also the ability to become a Tier 3 member. There you can get access to things such as everything you just heard before, and a custom discount code to the channel merch store, as well as a ability to come onto live streams with me here, just like Rail Fanning Jonah is doing right here, right now. So again, thank you so very, very much, all the Tier 3 channel members. I also want to give a huge shout out to all the new subscribers, or not even just new subscribers, all the subscribers out there. Thank you all so very, very much. Greatly appreciate every single one of you. Before we started the stream, we were almost up to 20, I think it was like 2348 subscribers. So doing very, very well. I want to thank each and every one of you. Thank you all so very, very much. Also want to give a shout out to the screenshots. We have, I think, Will T Gaming was the only person here today that sent in some screenshots. So let's go ahead and show those off. Oops, and for some reason that is not There we go. So, Will T Gaming, thank you so very much for sending these in. I greatly appreciate you sending them in. Got a whole bunch of screenshots. Looks like, I think Will was saying some of them from FS25 and others are from FS22. So, looking very, very good indeed. And that looks to be, is that Will's Alma, Missouri map? Maybe? Kind of looks like it. Will make some amazing builds. Make some really, really good builds. Now, see, that one looks like 25 to me. Yep, that one's definitely 25 right there. Third person. Looking good, looking good. Again, Will T Gaming, thank you so very, very much. Also want to give a shout out to the merch store. If you're interested, go ahead and check out https://bddgaming.creator/spring.com. There you can get things like shirts, hats, dog tags. You can get socks. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff there. And I want to thank each and every one of you who has gone out and purchased things from the channel merch store. Greatly appreciate every single one of you. Like I said, yeah, we got mugs. And according to Rail Fanning Jonah, this is his words, not mine, the shirts may control the weather. Not 100% certain about that, but when we come back in, I will let him explain the weather phenomenon. So again, thank you all so very much. Also want to give a shout out to the P.O. Box. If you're interested in sending anything to the channel, go ahead and send it to P.O. Box 6136, Hudson, Florida 34674. The only thing I ask is that if you're going to send anything to the channel, go ahead and please include your YouTube handle name, so that way I know exactly who I gotta give a shout out to. Greatly appreciate anybody who goes ahead and does that. Let's see. And that is everything that we have to chat about right now. So, Jonah, do you want to go ahead and tell the story about the shirt controlling the weather?
All right, so a couple, months ago, we were having me and a couple of friends wanted to have a boating day. Well, apparently we picked the absolute best day for boating because it was raining, raining, and raining. So we keep waiting for, it to try to clear up and everything. So we finally just decided, well, fine, we'll just go out there in the rain. If we get wet, we get wet. And as soon as we started putting the boat in, it cleared up. It wasn't supposed to clear up, but it did. And it cleared up the whole time we were out there. And the moment we got the boat back on the vehicle, back on the truck, it started raining again. And I mean the moment we got it back in the vehicle, or fully back onto the truck, it started raining again.
That is wild. That's awesome, though. I mean, nothing better than going out for a day on the boat or just a day of relaxing and, being able to time it just perfectly to be able to beat out any kind of nonsense going on with the weather. So that's awesome.
I mean, and if you think some of my drone shots with the train are pretty good, I've actually gone train watching from a boat, and it's just as cool.
Oh, I can imagine that'd be really cool to see.
Like, it's like, oh, like, say, some of the bridges, that trains go across, like the rivers and stuff. Well, we got right up on top of one of these trains going across the river, and it's like from in a boat sitting there, the train goes like, wow, you were really dedicated out there in a boat taking a picture of us.
Oh man, that would be the one thing that I'd be so incredibly nervous about is, spending the money to get like a drone and whatnot, and then like flying it around over water or something like that. And
I haven't flown mine over water. I mean, like, I was in a boat filming a train.
So you said
I was in an actual boat filming a train.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm with you now. No, so when you said the drone, and I just, for some reason, my brain kind of smashed it together.
I may have the drone, but, like, I've gotten good shots, from a boat, of a train.
That's pretty cool. Oh, we got another.
But the drone shots are still pretty good too.
I can't lie. Well, what's funny is, and I've said this to Jonah, I don't think I've mentioned this on a stream, but it's actually really wild. If you haven't checked out his channel, go ahead and check it out. But he sent over a video of the drone footage of the train, and it was one of those, like, you really don't get an appreciation just how big those trains are. Like, I don't mean like big as in you standing next to it and it's, significantly larger than you are. No, what I'm talking about is like the length at which they are, because you typically will only be able to get to see maybe 1 to 4 cars at any given time, kind of thing. But seeing it from up high, you get a actual bird's eye view and the perspective of just how much that thing is towing. Like, it's nuts. It's absolutely crazy to think, wow, I mean, you've got this set of equipment that's able to move this much, across the country. It's incredible.
Yeah. And I recently found a new feature in my drone. I found out how to do 360-degree videos.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now, those are extremely complicated to upload. I've tried doing it, but YouTube, like, say, I don't have the proper equipment or the proper editing stuff to do that. But it's pretty cool how you can just be filming. You can spin in every location you want to, so you can get every detail of the sky, the train, the ground, the cars moving around you.
Oh, so you're talking like the literal 360 video, like where the people can actually adjust it on the fly.
Yes.
Oh, now that's
Like, you can
really
touch
cool.
it and spin it around.
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
figured out how to upload that video, but I wish I could, because that would be a banger.
Oh, yeah, that would be a really good one to be able to upload.
But I
Holy
don't.
smokes. I heard you say 360. It just didn't dawn on me like that you were referring to that style of video.
Yeah.
That's
Which is
that's a really cool really cool
in
feature.
4K, no less.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, that's definitely a beauty. All right, I got one more tree. Now where it is?
Come on, yeah, are you using the saw again?
I am. No, I learned. I learned. Do
We've
not go in.
learned. I use equipment. The only equipment you need is $1,000 saw.
That's it. That's that. I tell you what, there makes absolutely no sense to try and get into this forestry bit. Holy smoke! Is that it right there?
Like,
Maybe.
it's like, I'd like to say, I know the idea behind it, but come on, the equipment's too big for the gaps you're trying to get through.
Yeah. No, and that's it. That's it exactly. Is you're tucked away in this like forestry, in this forest here, and there's just so much going on. Like you really can't. See, it looks like that direction. Maybe this way? Nope. I kinda have a feeling where. Oh wait. Am I next to it? I think I'm next to it. Oh, is that it? That is it. Haha, I found you.
No more hiding from you.
Bam. Done. Look at that. Perfect.
Money, 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 money.
That's it. $1,000 right away. Love it. Let's see. Let's go
There's
ahead.
your money back from the saw, from the chainsaw itself.
Oh, exactly.
And a couple bucks on the side for a Big Mac.
Let's see. We got Whiskey Creek with all the custom badges and emojis. We got, oh wait, no. There we go. Oh, what happened? Ah, YouTube, what are you doing to me? Is it? Okay. Sorry, something happened to the web page that's hosting the stream, and it was weird. Ken with the $2 super chat says, Jonah, decorate the house with a tractor.
That can be arranged.
I'm certain you can do it.
It can be arranged. What type of tractor do we want?
I mean, let's decorate it with something that is no longer being used. Let's put that out there.
Yeah, leave it as a further decoration. Just I don't know, like get a small little tractor that can be left up there for years and years and years.
Let's see. Whiskey Creek with all the custom emojis. Thank you, Whiskey. I appreciate that. Bradford with the dynamite going boom or ready for boom. We got Crimea River says the merchandise is well worth the price. I love the new sweatshirts. That's awesome, Crimea River. Thank you again so much for your purchases there at the shop. And displayed a couple of those photos there on the stream. So again, thank you so much for the purchase and participating in showing them off for the channel. We got Bradford says, I live 20 minutes away from the second biggest rail yard in the U.S., so I totally understand how big trains can be. Wow. Yeah, it was just a really cool kind of video because, like I said, I've always been interested in like mechanics, like things like that. So I obviously don't have the same passion for it as somebody like Jonah does. But it's one of those that I can certainly appreciate the raw power that's at play when it comes to things like trains and stuff. So when Jonah showed me that video of the kind of bird's eye view, that really kind of hit something with me personally because it's like, whoa. Like again, typically the average person when they interact with a train is going to be like at a railroad crossing. You might see 2, 3, maybe even 4 cars at a time kind of thing, and you're just sitting there and waiting and waiting and waiting, but you're always in the perspective of seeing those 4 car sections kind of moving along in front of you kind of thing.
If
But you
they're
don't
even paying attention and not on their cell phone waiting on it.
well, yeah, and that's it exactly is at
It's
bare
an inconvenience for most people getting stopped by it. For me, I love it.
exactly. That's it exactly. So most people, they're annoyed and they'll just kind of tune it out kind of thing. But at maximum, you're thinking like, okay, you're able to see this much of the train at any given time. But when you got that bird's eye view from that video, it was just a completely new perspective that I just like, whoa, like that's something really cool. Because then it really kind of hits home of like, I've seen this thing from the ground. I know what these things look like, and I know just how big they are. But then you pull out and you see that it's not just the 3, 4 cars that you would actually be able to see, but it's dozens or even hundreds of cars long. It's really kind of inspiring almost. To think that there's equipment out there that can haul that level of equipment around, that level of freight or whatever. It's like I said, it's just I'm big into engineering, so when I sit here and I see, that's part of the reason why I love this game so much is getting to see these bits of equipment in use and getting to see how they kind of work from a kind of artificial perspective. It's just a really kind of cool kind of thing to see. You get to kind of appreciate how the equipment would work in real life. And there's tons of equipment on this game that I would love to be able to see like firsthand, like in real life. That would be like really cool to see. But and I'm certain that's what a lot of us out there kind of feel is being able to use this equipment in the virtual world, and just having that appreciation of what this equipment can do. And then I've taken it layers deeper before, where thinking about like the history behind farming, where we started, using our hands or using very crude like shovel equipment and stuff like that. Then eventually working up to animals or working up like so on and so forth, and then working up to small engines and small kind of equipment that's no longer horse required, and then working up bigger and bigger and bigger, like all those advancements throughout the course of history. Again, just the engineering that has gone behind them is really cool. Let's see. Tim Hornet says, my friend Jonah always thinking about food. Oh man, you know what? That makes 2 of us. I love me some food. I love some food. Speaking of which, ended up making some homemade sushi rolls for dinner tonight. Oh man, was I happy. Oh, you still there, Jonah?
Yeah, I'm still here. That's I'm not a big fan of sushi, but I treated myself to my weekly dose of Chick-fil-A today.
Oh, love me some Chick-fil-A. Love it. One of those
And I
that
got app and I got me like recently, since it was my birthday recently, I was able to get me some free food for my birthday month at Chick-fil-A.
that's right. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
And how old are you now?
26.
26. You're still a youngin'.
I know I'm still young, but had a
Oh,
blast taking the train. It was fun.
that's awesome. Where'd you end up going?
We went from Cary, North Carolina to Richmond, Virginia, and then we went back the same day. We we had it all planned out perfectly where we could take both trains, there and back.
So, there was a point in time where I thought, hey, it'd be kind of cool to go by train on like vacation and whatnot. And I was looking at something like, I think it was Amtrak, and I was shocked how incredibly expensive it was to go via train.
Yeah, like say if you're going sleeper car, it is going to empty your pockets out. Like say when we took it in coach seat, there and back total was only $64. But like say, but if you're going overnight like in a sleeper, like this could cost you like at least $300. I'm like, and that's insane just to be able to have your own kind of private space. So typically, what I do is I just go for a coach seat.
Yeah. Well, and that's it. And it's one of those that I'm certain, depending on how long you're on there, do they have like a bar car or something like that where you can get
They
like
have
drinks and
a
stuff?
they have a cafe car that serves your typical cafe food like hot dogs, chips, and drinks. Then they have the dining car where you can actually get like a steak or like pancakes for breakfast, stuff like that, like actual food.
Okay, well that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of those where I've been considering about like going up from like Florida up to Michigan one of these days, like via train and just kind of seeing how it goes and how the kind of whole experience would be. Just kind of to be able to see a part of the country that most people probably would never see, going
Well,
by
you're
train.
actually in. If you want to do it, you're actually in luck. There is a train that goes from Miami to Chicago, and then you can connect to another one to Michigan.
Oh wow. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'd do that.
Like, it starts in Miami, and of course, it makes other stops. The pick. So wherever you live in Florida, you just go to your nearest train station, and you can catch this train. And it will go to Chicago, and then you can catch one to Michigan from there.
Nice. I wouldn't want to stay too long in Chicago, but
Yeah. I mean, if you take that train, you'll end up going by my house.
I just go screaming by and like wave it to you as I'm driving by. What is this? What is
Well,
this worker doing? Do you see this?
is he trying to make a crop circle?
He's doing something. I am so confused right. You know what?
Oh my goodness!
Trust
Come
the
on, AI. You're better than this. You're supposed to not be idiots and directing like one.
Trust the process. Trust the process.
Like whatever it's doing, it's like I had to pick up that one bean we left behind.
Oh.
It's be worth everything. That one bean.
Let's see. So we got Whiskey Creek says the 8RX. Nice. Jonah with the cheeseburger emojis. Bradford with the pizza
That's my
bacon.
nickname.
Is cheeseburger?
Yeah, I'll send you later on. I'll send you a picture on why I'm nicknamed the cheeseburger.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Ken says, I can't remember when I was 26, lol. Oh man, you know what, Ken? In all fairness, I would be thrilled if I can remember last year, let alone, let alone when I was 26. Ugh, one of those. No real good reason for it. It's just nothing that really kind of stands out. Let's see. Whiskey Creek says I'm 21. Ah, see, yeah, more youngins. Oh no, wait, I missed it. I missed one. Also says you're only 4 years older than me. I'm 21. So he's saying to you there, Jonah, that he's that you're 4 years older than him. Let's see. We got Crimea River says you're not the only one, Ken. LOL. Bradford says so true, Ken. And also, would you you go by me as well? Oh, very nice. And Tim Hornet says, choo choo. Love it.
Tim. Love it, Tim. Love it, Tim.
Let's see. So, yeah, I mean, it's one of those I thought it'd be really cool, but when I was looking into it to, do Amtrak, it was like, wow, it was just so expensive. Now, it's probably not something I would do nowadays, now that I have the two young kids. Maybe when they're older and whatnot, I'd consider doing that, when they can actually kind of sit still and not, drive an entire car full of people nuts.
Yeah. And, it's one of those, say, I mean, you can bring games, of course, to keep them entertained, but yeah, they have the freedom to walk around, but you're still confined to the train, so eventually they'll get bored,
Well, and I will say that my eldest daughter, we ended up going. Where did we go? I think we went up to Tennessee, and we drove up to Tennessee. And in all fairness, she did an amazing job. An amazing job. And not even like an amazing job for a 2-year-old. She just did an amazing job, full sentence stop. Where we ended up having, we had her sitting in the car for a little while. And then eventually, when she started to kind of get bored and whatnot, we eventually said, okay, let's break out the iPad and we'll put on some of her educational cartoons that we let her watch. And she sat there and she was completely content, was more than fine. We'd stop and take breaks every once in a while, let her run around and get some energy out, kind of thing. And she did a fantastic job. Like I said, I was extremely impressed and extremely shocked. And this was before my youngest was born. So I mean, it's one of those that she's still so small that it really doesn't take a lot to kind of keep her entertained or keep her content. Give her a full belly and an empty diaper and she's pretty happy.
Yep.
Let's see. Luke, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. Says hello, Dave. Hello, Luke. Let's see. Bradford says hi, Luke. So yeah, like I said, it's just one of those. As long as we had the iPad, I think that the eldest would be fine, and the youngest I think would be okay if we were to because you're in a train, you can walk around and do all that stuff. I don't think that she would have too much of a hassle to go with it. So it'd just be one of those kind of, interesting experiments, but because you're in it for so long, I don't think it'd be good where if they were to start to act up, that we'd be kind of trapped and confined in where we were.
Yeah. And then you have the fact, say, there's other delays, like the train can break down or something like that. Like, when we took it, we had quite the scare, because the night before we were getting our train, we got an email from Amtrak saying our train was going to be delayed, possibly significantly, due to a minor freight train derailment. So, it was minor, just a little bit of stuff, but they had to reroute our train a little bit, and they're saying, oh, it's going to be 2 hours late. I'm like, well, that's going to eat into our time where we may not make our connecting train. Well, luckily, we only get to be 30 minutes late. I'm like, well, not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah. Now, in all fairness, though, is there such a thing as a minor train derailment?
Yes.
I just don't.
I would actually argue yes. There is something called a minor where I'm like, okay, one car came off the track. And then a major's like, okay, you dumped more than 10 cars on the ground.
But again, my argument would be that you've got this giant piece of equipment and it's no longer on the road that it's intended to be on. So is that really minor? It's like I would think the equivalent would be, it's just like a minor semi-truck flipping over.
Well, like there's actually tons of equipment, like say, for getting this stuff back on the rails. Like say, most of the time when stuff comes off the rails and stuff, it can be put back on. If it's only one car, it could only take them up to an hour to do it once they get there. But so like say, it wouldn't take them that long. But if it's more than just one or two, it's going to take them a couple of hours.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that actually is really impressive that they've got the engineering behind being able to get the cars back onto the track, so quickly and efficiently. That's actually pretty cool.
Right.
But again, it just, when I hear train derailment, even if it's only one car, that just, I take umbrage with the word minor being used. It just, I just don't know if there's such a thing as a minor train derailment.
And speaking of the train, there's one now.
Let's see. So we got Ken saying hi to Luke. We got Luke saying, I'm on now on Twitch. Oh, very nice, Luke. Ken says, at Luke, I call the channel the Muscle Spasm Channel, Twitch, LOL. Oh, no. Well, if you want to, Luke, go ahead and give yourself a shout out there on the comments. Go ahead and let us know what your channel name is.
And I hate DVD, the Florida train.
Is it a Florida train?
Yes, sir.
So that's the one that would come from Miami?
I don't know. It came from Jacksonville.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's all your Christmas. It's all the Christmas packages, like the UPS piggybacks and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Okay, that's cool.
So they don't have to ship them down 95. They just like, all right, we'll put them on the train, take them up to New York and stuff like that.
Nice.
And since it's the Christmas season, there's extra. So there's usually just one each way. Now there's two each way, and they're long because they're just full of just UPS trailers and FedEx trailers and Amazon.
Oh, no doubt. So, funny story. Like I was saying earlier, I was watching some Facebook videos, and one of them came up, and it immediately reminded me of you. So,
oh boy.
Oh yeah, like instantly, and I almost sent it to you, but it was like at like 2-3 in the morning, and just like, I'll hold off. But what it was a person riding on what appeared to be like one of the bullet trains, and they're just screaming along, and as they're like going along the tracks, all of a sudden another train is running alongside them, but they're at a severe distance away, like probably, my estimate, maybe about 50-60 feet away, maybe even a little bit further. And all of a sudden the train starts veering closer and closer, but at top speed. So they go from maybe 50-60 feet away to less than like 3 feet away. But the person recording it doesn't know what's going on, because you're on the train, you're way far back, you're not seeing the track that's in front of you, you don't know what's happening, so you're just kind of hoping for the best at this point. But he sees the two trains coming closer and closer together, and he lets out this shriek, like this very like
ah,
like he was genuinely terrified, like genuinely scared. And the noise that came out from him was just one of those like visceral, like, OMG, I'm gonna perish kind of thing. And And then it cuts to another person, and it's like that cry right there, that shriek that he just did. You knew that man was terrified. You knew he was scared. And like I said, I can understand it. Like if I was just sitting there on the train, and all of a sudden, it just kind of converged like that, like they were just riding like parallel right next to each other, kind of thing. So imagine two trains like converging really quickly on top of each other. It just, like I said, it just immediately reminded me of you, and it's like, I ought to send that to Jonah, and it's like, it's a little late. That might not be.
Yeah. I mean, I sent you that video, from the train when we were sitting on the Amtrak and we met that freight train. I mean, like, it's pretty much right there. Like, it's just enough clearance for the two trains to pass each other.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's crazy, just the tolerances between the two tracks and all that stuff, and just how much they've got that nailed down to, how wide the cars are versus how wide the other cars are, how far apart the tracks are, and heaven forbid, like if somehow, some way the tracks were to like shimmy in some way, if there was like a earthquake or something and it like moved over ever so slightly, I don't know.
I get typically each train car itself and the locomotive typically overhangs the rail by 3 feet on each side. So you got to calculate, 3 feet. So when you're between, you got to say, all right, well, there's 3 feet here, 3 feet here. Got to leave some wiggle room in between. There's sometimes no more than like 10 feet separating you, if that.
Wow. Yeah, it's nuts. Like, it's absolutely crazy. Let's see.
They will sneak up on you. If you do not realize you're sitting there next to another track, that other train will sneak up on you.
Oh. Yeah. If you're like half paying attention, not really focusing on what's going on, and all of a sudden something comes jumping out at you that you're not expecting, I can imagine letting out a little shriek like that and being a little upset.
You remember how I sent you the video of the train doing 150 miles an hour?
Oh, yeah.
Well, imagine meeting another one of those on the other track, just out of nowhere. Pew! There's a train there, and then it's gone. It's like, what was that?
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. It's like sighting Bigfoot. Here 1 second, gone the next.
Like, that one, like, you really, say, that one would make people jump.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see.
I even got spooked by one train. Like, say we were sitting there, we were like in the middle of 3 tracks. I was sitting there. I'm like, what are we waiting on? We were told it was going on the opposite side, and then one darts on my side.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, oh, so now we're sandwiched between 2 trains.
Oh, man. And I don't know if anybody else is like this, but I very much have a hard time with like being on planes, being on things where I'm not in control of the device that I'm using. So it's one of those, like, I prefer to drive. If I'm going somewhere, I prefer to drive. I just have a real hard time not being in control, and a lot of that is because I get motion sick pretty bad. So if I'm not driving and I don't have something to like see downstream of what I'm doing, it's very easy for me to get motion sick. Well, so flying, I love to fly. Don't get me wrong. I love to fly. I certainly love to do a train. But just one of those, it's hard for me to be like, I just need to kind of, relax and not be in control of the vehicle kind of thing. It's difficult for me. Like, it's very rare that I'm a passenger in a vehicle. Because of that, I typically am the driver.
Yep.
Let's see.
Same here. I'm most of the time I'm driving myself.
Yeah, it's funny because my wife, she loves to drive, but she knows just how motion sick I get, so she's basically like, okay, I'll let you drive us to and from, but she loves to drive too. So it's one of those that it drives her nuts, but she knows that if I'm in the car too long as a passenger, I get sick. Just that weak inner ear, I guess. Let's see. Luke says, Luke's Gaming 33. That's his channel name over on Twitch. So go check him out. Let's see. It looks like yes. All right. So yeah, we're just chugging away at some contracts here. Got looks like
Gotta
you're
make that
about.
extra money.
That's right. We're at $158,000 right now, and you're at 95% of the way through a cultivating contract. I'm at about 57%. Yeah, 57% for the harvesting. So that's
It
going
could be
pretty good.
going faster if I did have a 4-meter cultivator. I'm gonna when I get back, I'm gonna return this and get a bigger one in case we get another one later.
Bradford.
It may match the
Brad,
tractor, but it's taking forever.
Bradford, I didn't say I was caught up. I didn't say it. I specifically didn't say. I didn't provoke the chain. I didn't do it.
Okay,
Bradford.
y'all don't do it, or Jonah's not gonna gift any more memberships, so y'all shouldn't do it.
Luke said, "Thanks, Dave. No problem, bud. No problem at all." Oh my goodness.
Oh, Bradford, that's okay. Strike 2. One more strike, you're out.
Well, now he's just gonna start spamming it. Just. Oh my goodness.
You know, while we're on there, I'll go ahead and tell everyone else why I'm known, like, nicknamed the Cheeseburger.
All right, let's hear it.
So, for the longest while, I had a hat that's a cheeseburger. Like, and I started wearing that just as a gag. But, like, people, the train crews, everyone just started calling me like that. Calling me, like, cheeseburger or hamburger or something like that. And it stuck so well, I got a cheeseburger T-shirt to go with it.
I love it.
And, like, literally everyone, and I mean everyone, from train crews to my friends, like, that is just perfect. That is me.
Oh, so I was mentioning earlier how I made homemade sushi. So it's not like legit sushi. It's just like a California roll with like crab meat, like imitation crab.
All right.
I don't trust buying raw fish and preparing it myself, kind of thing. It's just one of those. I'm not well versed enough to be like, yeah, let me roll the dice on this one, you know. That, and I wouldn't even know where you could go and buy like sushi grade fish, kind of thing. And just not something I'm willing to kind of risk, you know.
Yep.
But what was it? Yesterday we ended up making some amazing. It was probably some of the best chili that I think my wife has ever made. She got my my mom's old recipe before she had passed. She ended up writing it down, and she ended up deciding to make it last night because it was a really cold day yesterday here. Relatively cold for Florida. I'm sure people up north would be like, "You don't know what cold is."
Yeah, like Florida cold, what, 60 degrees?
It was down in the 40s. I mean, it was cold. It wasn't like.
Okay, I'll give you the 40s there. That is pretty cold.
But no. So it was. She ended up making this homemade chili, and wow, was it so good! And then she paired it up with a homemade cornbread. Wow, it was like a honey cornbread too. So it had like that little hint of sweetness to it. Whoo boy, I was happy. Like I said, I'm definitely into food, and it's one of those where I've said it numerous times. I've considered making a channel that's dedicated to cooking. I've kicked it around like BDD Cooks kind of thing.
I'm not much into cooking. I mean, I can cook, but I'm more into eating food. And I quote, my friend says I'm the only one he knows who can probably eat 3 pounds of food and lose 10 pounds as I do it.
So what you're saying is you're one of the people that drive big people up a wall.
Yes, because I'm like, I've literally ate a ton of food one day, ended up weighing less than I did the day before somehow. Don't even ask.
Oh my goodness.
I've
Jonah.
even had my fair share of eating challenges that I've completely smoked, and the people are sitting there bewildered on seeing how skinny I am and where is all the food going.
All right, so Jonah, for those comments, I think you ought to do another song.
Another song.
Just because of the humble brag that you just threw out there.
Oh, let's see. What song? Oh no, now you put me on a song. I wasn't prepared for another song. Oh no. Jingle bells, fill of snow. Travis go laid an egg. The Batmobile lost the wheel. Millennium Force got away.
Nice. Let's see. So we
I,
got Bradford says Jonah would be doing that, but he's doing a contract. Yes, he would. Yes, he would. Tim says I've seen the hat.
yes, he has. I can verify he has.
Luke says, just link my YouTube channel on Twitch. Very nice. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Whiskey says, what's going on with those AI drivers in FS22? I don't know, Whiskey. I have no idea. Honestly, I haven't even touched FS22 since 25's come out. Haven't even bothered touching it. Whiskey says, what is your channel name, Luke? He said it was Luke's Gaming 30. So Luke's Gaming 33. Tim says, oh no. And Bradford says, 40s was the high today. Oof. Oof. Yeah, I think we got into the 60s here. But I think tonight's going to be like in the low 60s, maybe high 50s is what they're anticipating. So, I mean, one of those where it's kind of... Uh-oh. 1 second there.
Whiskey Creek Farms donated $5 through Super Chat. All I want for Christmas is a Massey Ferguson Jonah.
Oh, that's amazing, Whiskey. Whiskey with the $5 Super Chat says, all I want for Christmas is a Massey Ferguson Jonah.
Oh. You know what I say sometimes?
What's
One
that?
day of coal, 365 days of fun.
That, you know what? That's a good way to look at it.
Or, even better, I want to be on the naughty list, because I want coal for my steam engine.
Oh, that's funny. That's a good one there.
I actually said that, say some guy or something. I was like, yeah, we're just generally just joking around. What will you want for Christmas? I said, I want coal. He's like, why on earth would you want coal? Because I want to fire up my steam engine. And he's like, oh, yeah.
That's funny. That's really good. Let's see. So, what do we got going on here in the contracts? We got. I tell you what, that's something that I really appreciate Giants doing, and for the contracts, is they've done a really good job about the contracts really not fading away, where you're able to do multiple contracts in a given day, to where in FS22 I could do maybe 2-3 contracts in a given month and then not get a single one until I skip through to the next month, and then so on and so forth. So you can really kind of get the opportunity to really kind of build up your money. You don't have to necessarily go without for long periods of time. Let's see.
Yep.
Holy smokes. How many pieces of equipment did you lease out?
Only a John Deere tractor
I see a
and a.
John Deere tractor, a cultivator. Let's see, the Hardy sprayer,
I'm using that currently.
and the Bradell fertilizer spreader.
See, I leave my stuff so I can use it later in case other contracts pop up.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, I can see that.
I mean, we could borrow it or we can just leave it around, right?
No, that's a good point. I will agree with that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and I want to know how. Oh, so that's something else. So I was again, I was running around on YouTube and found a video. I believe it was the John Deere, one of the John Deere harvesters, and it basically showed how a harvester actually works, like from like 3D imaging and all that stuff. It was incredibly informative. Like I was really blown away just how much like engineering and how much like stuff actually happens in a grain harvester.
Oh yeah, like I watched that stuff too. And I'm like, wow. Like say, you thought it's just as simple as putting the header down and stuff like that. No clearing the pipe, having to do all that stuff. It's like, man, that's a lot more than you realize.
Well, and not only that, but I mean, just the different mechanisms in place to be able to, I mean, just to make a straw swath, a simple straw swath, is just the mechanics that are in place for that is incredible. So it was a really kind of a cool. What AI worker B could not start. Tool attached incorrectly. What are you doing?
Okay, so that can't be attached to the front? Okay, we'll attach it to the back then. Womp womp. There's your blooper for you. A blooper.
Luke says, I could use a pic of my farm on disc. Yeah, Luke, go ahead and send me some pictures, some screenshots if you want, and I already went through the screenshots here on today's live stream, but I can certainly queue it up for next one.
I mean, I don't know why I couldn't use it on the front. What difference is it making?
I mean, something to do with the worker themselves. Where am I taking this to? The grain elevator, the harbor. Yeah, okay. I know where I'm going. I think. I hope.
Ends up 30 miles away from destination.
No. You know what? I'm going to take a detour. I have not gone on the highway on this map, and I'm going to try it. I've not driven on the highway. And why not, you know? We were talking earlier about going on to, roadways and blocking traffic. Why not go on the highway? Oh, wow. Like it actually cuts through the mountain? I didn't even know that. That's actually kind of cool. That's actually really cool. Check that out. I feel like there's going to be one of those orbs hiding in the caves or in the tunnel here. Like somewhere in this area there's an orb. I don't know why. I just feel it. Or not.
Huh. Yeah, Monster Jam.
Uh-oh. Do I dare ask?
you're fine. It's just the civilian decided to pull out in front of me. And I'm monster jammed off of. Like, they got made them smarter, but sometimes they made them somewhat more idiotic. You know, like really, you're gonna pull out in front of a tractor, and then immediately want to turn left.
That's funny. Monster Jam. Now, see, as I'm a child of the '80s, you might be too young to have heard this, but you know what commercial I'm referencing there?
Kinda like I am into Monster Jam a little bit, you know, Gravedigger and stuff like that.
Sure,
But
sure.
I don't really know the commercial you're referring to, unfortunately.
So, back in my day, they used to have the Monster Jam commercials and stuff on television, and it would always be the same voice actor all the time, and it would just be Monster Jam, and Sunday, 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 come on, come all down to the Pontiac Silverdome where you can see Gravedigger and Bigfoot, but only on Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Kind of, it was just just nostalgia, and as soon as you said Monster Jam, it just came roaring back.
Yep. So who's your favorite? What's your favorite monster truck then?
Oh man, I used to be a huge into Bigfoot. I loved Bigfoot. Oh, there we go. There
I
we
have
go.
to say, like I liked them too. Like when they jumped the plane and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Gravedigger, Max D, and all the other ones are good, but you're not gonna just top the original one. You know that just started pretty much started everything.
Exactly. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I like Gravedigger as well. Always thought that was like one of the coolest kind of themes that was out there. All right, I keep driving by this thing. I gotta check something out. I've got to see something. Again,
And you know, originally they did not like say Bigfoot for the longest time never actually crushed cars. Like they were the people who owned Bigfoot were never into actually crushing cars.
I didn't know that.
And then they finally did it. I mean, the crowd freaking broke for the gates and went and stormed them. Like, well, if you're going to, I guess at this point, if you're going to crush cars, make sure you know what's about to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, Spraying some herbicide to kill off the weeds. Perfect. This farmer needs the weeds killed, as of every farmer needs around here.
But yeah, there was. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that were out in those days. Like obviously Gravedigger, Bigfoot. There was.
Next, the grinder.
Yep, yep.
You have Monster Mutt Dalmatian. A lot of the ones out there.
I have a feeling that there's something hiding on these boats. I don't know why.
Like a collectible, probably.
Yeah. It
Like
would.
you would think, you know, like say, where would I hide a collectible that, you know, I would hide it on a boat somewhere that I have access to.
And I fell into the water. And
Swim.
I don't know where to go. I'm
Oh, no.
I'm literally swimming and I don't know how to get out.
Is there a ladder somewhere?
What are those? What is that? Why is that a thing? What? So, I'm swimming. Oh, yeah. I feel like I'm gonna get attacked by a shark.
On up. Down up.
Dun 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 dun.
Well, so I'm swimming around this lighthouse over here, and all around the lighthouse are these little weird kind of buoy things. I don't even know what they
Yes.
are. Like they've got to have some kind of practical purpose. Like there's got to be is there seriously nowhere for me to go? All right, Jaws,
Oh no! What
just
are we?
take me. Oh, what am I doing? I could have just. Oh my goodness. You know what? That I took way longer than I should have.
Hey, you could just hit left.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We were talking earlier about doing oblivious things, and there you go.
Well, everyone, there's your blooper for the night for BBD.
That's more of like a that's not even like the realm of bloopers as much as it is just Alzheimer's or something. Like holy smokes, that was. It's like I'm literally just swimming around. Like why can't I do anything? Why can't I find anything? And oh hey, why don't you just click the button to teleport? Huh? Hi. Oh my goodness, I don't know. My brain works in mysterious ways. I don't know. Like I said, I just feel like there's a collector. There's got to be one out here.
Hey, you don't want to cheat and look up where they all are. You wanna...
I was right. It's a Dragon Ball. All right, for anybody out there who watches anime, tell me that is not a Dragon Ball. Like legit.
Dragon Ball Sekai.
What'd you say?
Dragon Ball Sekai.
But wait. Oh, there's 20 more. It's like, wait a minute. I didn't find all of them. What's going on? No, guess I can't get up there. Oh, cool. I found a Dragon Ball. Gotta catch them all. Or no, that's Pokemon. There we go. And I dumped that, so let's complete. Oh, nice. Now what do we got? We got harvesting. Ooh, another cotton contract.
Ooh, cotton.
I like cotton. I've always been a fan of it. Where is this one going? Oh, cotton harvester through the city. Nothing will go wrong here.
Totally nothing can go wrong with that.
Nope. Everything's gonna work out just fine. What? Oh, your contract. It's like, wait a minute. How did I?
Yeah, you got to remember you're doing this with somebody else.
Well, no, I knew that, but it was like, wait a minute. It's like I just started the contract. I didn't realize that you were as far along as you were. Just again, my brain works in mysterious ways. Gotta love it.
Yep.
There we go. All right, we'll get the harvester over there, and then we'll catch up with the chat here.
I wish they'll add a ketchup bottle for the emoji, so when you say that, I just put a ketchup bottle in there.
What'd you say?
I wish they add a ketchup bottle to the emoji chat. So I can say you're not caught up. You see, when you say you need a ketchup, ketchup bottle there.
Nice. It again just took me a second to catch up, but I got there. Do I? Oh no! Turn on automatic drop. That's what I was looking for. I tell you what, this map is absolutely gorgeous. They did such a great job with this one. And you get all the different elements. You get like the kind of oceanside view. You get the town, the city kind of area. Like you just get all these different kind of elements on this one map. And don't get me wrong, I think the Riverbend Springs is really good too. But this one I think is prettier than Riverbend Springs.
Like, in terms of locations, it may not be my, best location map, but in terms of, like, say, what it is, I love this map more than a lot of the other ones, just because it's, like, say, I don't know what it is, like, say, about this map that, like, the more and more I play on it with you, the more and more it grows on me, like, for real.
Yeah. It is a legitimately gorgeous map. Like, there's so much going on this map, and I am going the wrong way in a one-way street. Oh,
That's totally not going to end bad with a big cotton harvester like that down the road. Now you feel like how it went well. You know how I felt when I was taking the John Deere down there, or the case tractor.
Well, and the worst part of it is that
I think you're going to get yourself stuck.
Well, the worst part is that they literally trapped me in the road to where I couldn't get around them. I have to turn around.
I would say that's the out of everything, that's the one disadvantage I would just hold it to. It's like, okay, poor traffic sometimes, right?
Oh, I tell you what, there's times where I'm sitting there like, I should just turn off traffic. I should just turn it off and not worry about having to deal with other cars. I'd just be able to kind of do what I need to do and just get it done and over with. But, oh my goodness. I just want to get to the field. Why do you only let me go in one direction? All right, here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, think then, think then, think then. Oh.
Think like thoughts. Think like thoughts.
Oh my goodness. There we go. I got it.
Okay, you driving through it like that reminds me of a riddle I want to test you on.
Uh-oh.
So, what weighs more? A ton of feathers or a ton of gold?
Well, they're both a ton, so it doesn't matter.
Perfect, you got it.
Booyah! I am so smart. I am so smart. SMRT. Again, holy smokes. You might be too young for that reference, too. Come on, anybody out there in the chat, can you name that reference?
Say it again.
I am so smart. I am so smart. SMRT.
No clue. I'm sorry.
Oh, Bradford. Nice. I mean, SMRT. Nice. Very nice. Yes, it was The Simpsons. Tim and Bradford. Both of you got it. Nice. Back when The Simpsons was good. Yeah, so it was a scene with Homer Simpson. I forget the finer details, but he basically starts, chanting, that he got something right, and he's like, I am so smart, I am so smart, SMRT, I mean SMART.
Oh, okay. Homer Simpson, he's the greatest guy on history. From the town of Springfield, his body hit a chestnut tree.
And then a little shriek.
Okay, so here's the parody me and my friends have made of that. Jonah, Jonah Elliott, he's the greatest rail fan in history. From the town of Micro, he's about to hit a stop freight train.
Oh no. That's good. That's good. I like it. All right, let's park this. Right there is fine. Perfect. All right, let's catch up.
I realized something from the last time. I'm like, okay, it's not like a big field where you have to sit there and just get them. Like, say, it's going to be a small enough field. It's probably not going to be a full load.
Let's see. Let's catch up with the chat. So we've got... where was I? Okay, so we got... Whiskey Creek says, I just subscribed and followed Luke. Very nice. I'll definitely be hopping on there after stream and checking it out myself. We got Tim Hornet saying, whoa. We got Tim also saying, Gravedigger. Nice. We got Luke says, I remember that. Tim says, mine was, I think the name was Monster Mutt. Yes. We got Ken saying, Breakwater Blocks BDD. Oh, that's what those are. I guess that would make sense with the kind of jagged shapes like that. It would definitely kind of break up. Huh? Okay. I guess I never thought of it like that before. We got.
You said you need herbicide. I'm doing herbicide. Why ain't you getting complete?
Uh-oh. Did you break something?
Oh. I'm looking at the contract, like, go to the contract and tell me it does not say remove the weeds by spraying them with herbicide. Field 45.
Field 45. Remove the weeds in the field by spraying it with herbicide. Yeah, that sounds about right.
And I'm spraying them with herbicide. It ain't doing nothing. But the herbicide's going out. The AI worker's doing something, but like here, you take out the tractor and tell me that there's not herbicide in there.
There's definitely herbicide. Here, that's. But yeah, no, it's definitely not killing the weeds. Huh? That's weird. Well, I guess we'll just have to cancel the contract.
I mean, does it want us to use a fertilizer spreader?
No. No, because that's the only way to deliver herbicide is with the sprayer. It must be a glitch with this particular field.
Weird.
Yeah, let's we'll go ahead and just cancel it. That's fine. Am I on the right one? I am on the right one. Okay. Oops. Collect. There we go.
Yeah, it's not.
Let's see. Tim says, Jonah and I have the same brain cell. Just did the Jaws theme. Da-da, da-da. Bradford said those are to break up. Yeah, oh, the waves and stuff. Tim says, looks like a Dragon Ball to me. Right? I refuse to see it as anything other than a Dragon Ball. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but the very first time I saw it on this map, I'm like, so somebody's a Dragon Ball fan. Somebody is a Dragon Ball fan. Because it's not mistakable. Let's see. Tim also says that's a paddling. Also, taking a truck down a one-way street, that's a paddling. Oh no. Bradford said Simpsons. Tim Hornet says, I mean S-M-A-R-T. Nice. Simpsons. Nice. Ken says Homer Simpsons. Nice. Very, very nice, Ken. Good on all of you. Good on all of you. Tim says, thank you, Simpsons. Hit and run. Let's see. We got Luke says that's funny. Thank you guys, no problem. And also, if you mind me asking, Dave, who did you hire to do overlays and stuff? So all the overlays and stuff, that's all done by me. So I ended up doing all that stuff myself. But if you're looking for like arts, like what we got here with the channel, with the channel art, the emojis and stuff like that, who I went through was a creator called Predator Studios. Found them on Etsy, so definitely highly recommend them. I think they do good work, and like I said, I personally love the channel art. I love the emojis, the badges, all that stuff. So I think they did a great job with it. So if you're interested and that's something that you're looking for, give them a look see. Also, they do like not video editing, but video input. So the like, share, and subscribe that I have on the Let's Plays and map tours and all that stuff, that little animated disc that comes in with the channel logo, and it does the like, subscribe, and all that, they made that as well. So yeah, they do great work. I hope that answers your question. And I didn't just go on a rant for no reason. Let's see. Okay, so we're just chugging along, making some cotton bales. Let's see what else we got going on here. Jonah, you're awful quiet there.
Oh boy, I'm just trying to figure out, should I do the wood transport or not? Should I torture myself?
I mean, there's a cultivating one. There's a dead wood. You could do the dead wood.
Cultivating.
You're gonna go with cultivating? Okay, there you go.
I mean, I've already got the little plow out, so why not? I got the little cultivator out. I mean, so it works.
You know what?
You
Fine.
see?
I will go and do the torturous wood transport.
I mean, you know what? I'll carry the cultivator over, and I'll try the wood transport if you can just get it over there.
Okay. If you want to do that. I
I'll
saw
give
it was
it
like
a try and see how I am at claw machines.
one of those where
I look,
whoa.
the wood's going to end up just being carried one by one with the claw.
Hey, you know what? We all start somewhere. I don't know why, but it just seems so fluttery. Like, don't turn into me.
I get that occasionally too. Like, say, it seems like the lag just slightly and then jolt forward.
Yeah, and I know they made changes to one of the updates that they did. Ended up really, oh my goodness! See, that's what I'm talking about. They ended up changing the steering in one of the updates, so it's kind of laggy, and that's
what I feel like too. Like, say, sometimes I feel like my steering is slightly delayed, lagged, or something.
And they did that on purpose. Like they specifically made mention that they updated it to kind of function that way. I personally don't like it. I ended up cranking up my my steering, not sensitivity, but the responsiveness. I tweaked it up at like 200. But even that's like still not good.
Yeah. Okay, he's gonna do his thing with the field. I will do my best and try that wood contract out.
Alright, I'm almost there. I see the logs. And you know what?
How Jonah does at a claw machine. If you want to sit there and witness the horrific scene that is about to happen.
Alright, there you go, Jonah.
Switching over to find it. Oh boy.
Alright.
Oh dear.
And I'm just going to sit here and observe. You know what first person ought to do?
Let's see.
Oh, see, Tim's got your back. He's like, you can do it.
What? Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okey-dokey.
Let's see. We got Luke saying sweet thanks. Timboat says, "Watch your speed, BDD." I mean, I got places to go. I got places to go. People to see. Luke says, "I
Hey,
was."
now how do I get this thing to go downward? Go downward, thing. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Luke says, "I was
Figuring it
looking on an
out.
app called Fiverr. I've heard of that app before. Like I said, if you want, Luke, I've got you on. I've got you on. Why can't I think? Discord. I will. I'll message you a link to the people that I used for like channel art and stuff like that. If that's what you're looking for. Like I said, the overlays and stuff, like the social medias that I've got on here, all that stuff I did by myself. The kind of transition screens, like the be right backs and the starting like countdown timer. All
As
that
you
I
can
did.
see the horrificness going.
I'm just.
I don't even know how to close the damn clamps.
I think it's left bumper, right bumper, and then down on the right joystick. I'm just seeing all the twitching going on. Oof. I have a really bad feeling that if I leave right now, if I go to like check on the other contracts, that I'm gonna return back here to see that the truck is somehow tipped over on its side, that the wood pile is just in 200 different places. And yes, I'm saying 200 specifically, even fully knowing that there's only like a dozen logs there. Yes.
I'm terrible at this. I cannot figure this out for the life of me.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh.
I give up. I give up. I quit.
It's all good, bud.
Oh dear.
It's all good.
I tried. I tried.
You know what? I will 100% give that to you. You know, a lot of people would just be like, "Nope, I'm not even gonna bother." But you actually jumped in and did it.
Give it a shot. I'll let you witness the horrific scene it was going to be. So there's everyone. There's you a blooper for the night. Come jump.
I will give you A for effort.
I get an A for effort, but I failed to do the job, so I get an F on that matter.
No, I'll just give you the A for the effort. Not even going to go into the results or anything like that. I think that I think you deserve a win.
I guess. I mean, look. I mean, like, I guess other people say, "No, I don't even want to try." Like, at least I tried, and I just couldn't figure out how to close it. I may have had a chance if I could close it, but I tried. Well, at least there's not something on. At least it's not redecorated someone's house.
No, that is certainly better than the latter.
If y'all want to know what we're referring to, go back and look at a couple streams ago, because I totally decorated a case tractor in someone's backyard.
Yes. Now. Oh! Come on! Can I get this? Oh, can I do this on a stream? This would be epic.
Oh my lord!
Oh no! Don't do that! Don't do that! Come on! Don't fail me now!
Oh, it's falling apart!
Come on, you can do this. Come on! Yes! Come on, get in there!
Yeah.
Booyah! 5 logs. Look at that. Oh.
Show off. Show off.
Oh.
Oh man.
every once in a while, you just get lucky with how you get a hold of them, and that is the result. I will take that as a win.
For once, the AA workers missed something. He's missing a little bit. Oh my goodness. I guess he's going to go back over that, I believe. Oh boy.
There we go. There we go. All right, spin. Yes. Drop. Ha 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 ha. Look at that. Love it. All right, now what is that saying? This is where we separate the wheat from the chaff. Is that the saying? Oh, 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 what am I doing? Reel it in, reel it in. There we go.
Ralph Fanning Jonah donated $5 through Super Chat. 5 logs equals $5.
Oh, Jonah with the $5 super chat. 5 logs equals $5. Jonah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I was sitting here thinking, it's like, it got awfully quiet there for just a little bit. I wonder what he's up to over there.
Oh my goodness. I was planning that strategically. You know, when I get quiet, I'm planning something.
Yes. Yes. That's something I picked up on. So you're too young to know this just yet, but there's such a thing as parental hearing, and oftentimes when you have little ones, when they're the quietest is when you have to worry the most. So if all of a sudden you just hear nothing going on, oftentimes it's because they're getting into trouble. They're doing something they know they're not supposed to do, and they're just trying to keep you from knowing about it. So there's so many times where I'll just be, in the kitchen cooking dinner or doing something, and all of a sudden I'm like, it's too quiet. What's going on? And then I go around the corner, and sure enough, my daughter's got, something destroyed. Like, she'll find the pack of wipes for her younger sister, and then all of a sudden be like, oh.
Luke Marshall donated $10 through Super Chat.
Luke with the $10 Super Chat. Luke, thank you so very much. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. So apparently it was $2 a log for Luke. But so yeah, like I was saying, she ended up the last time this happened, it got really quiet. I came around the corner, and she had found the pack of wipes that we keep out in the living room for her sister whenever we have to change her, and she is like taking a nap. We just leave a pack of wipes out in the living room so we can just do it out there instead of having to take her into the room and change her when the oldest one is sleeping. And she had the whole pack of wipes just strewn out everywhere in the living room, and she's just sitting there just proud as can be, and it's like, oh hey, I did a thing. And I'm like, oh really? Those things aren't cheap, kid, come on.
I remember when my sisters were growing up, like, say, we did everything to try to keep them out of specific rooms. They learned to child locks faster than I did.
Oh, man. I tell you what, I'm really dreading the day that my kids figure out the child. Like, we got those door handle things that go around the knob.
My sisters figured those out the first try.
Oh, jeez.
Like I said, I swear, they could break into anything. Like, I'm like, I haven't even figured it out myself. Like, I mean, because I'm used to just grabbing the knob and opening it, so I haven't quite figured it out myself. They like, oh, we have to press this to get this, and they've opened my door immediately. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh
And my room was
no.
the best room to get into because I had all the cool stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big brother room, the good room to break into.
Yeah, that's it too. You got
I
all
mean,
you got all
today
the
I came
cool
home
toys.
on my laptop that's been recording for the past 7 hours. They had gone into my room, hit record, got and call, and it was still recording.
Oh no.
So like, just like I was like, so why is my memory space was jammed full, because a 7 hour video of just it recording pretty much like a security camera, besides the first 3 minutes of them being in my room, was not very pleasant in having to delete that video.
Oh no. That's funny.
I mean, we even say we put like a lock at the top where they like, all right, they just knew they had to drag a chair from the kitchen down there.
Yeah, that's it.
But
I was
Mom didn't know because about halfway, he's like, okay, she'll hear it, and let him get about halfway. Wait for it to stop. He's like, okay, now I know where they're at, and now I'm gonna go get them.
well,
They'll get their hopes up so high. He's like, oh nope, you're not getting in there now.
it reminds me of when I was a kid. I think I told it in either the last stream or the stream before just how much of a escape artist I was growing up. Oh, it was bad. I'm the reason that my parents only had one kid. I don't know why. I just feel like there's a Dragon Ball here. Like this would be like a good spot. Because how often are people going to be coming out here to drive? I just don't see it happening often. Let's see. Okay, there is an off ramp up here. Cool. Oh, there's Jonah. Bye bye. What? Wait.
Don't ask. The AI worker did that.
Is he making like a go-kart track or something? Like,
Yes. I think he's making a go-kart track.
so I had a go-kart growing up when I lived up in Michigan, and my dad.
So did I. I had a go-kart myself.
Oh, I loved it. It was one of the best times. So when I lived up in Michigan, we had like 12 acres when I was like growing up the longest, and my dad, he used to take his New Holland. He had it wasn't a New Holland. It was actually a Ford. Actually, it might have been a New Holland. Anyways, he had like a little Ford New Holland tractor, and he had a brush hog attachment. And what he would do is he'd go out to the back 6 acres, and he would take the brush hog and he would just go in and just mow the tall grass down low enough to where it was just my own personal racing course. So I'd just be back there in the backfield for hours and hours. And on my go-kart, there was a orange flag on a white pole that would go up, and my dad said he would go, he would step out towards the window and check out in the yard, and you would just see that flag just be trailing around that field for hours. You'd just go and check, and you'd just see it just puttering around and whatnot, and he would come up with all these different like intricate designs and like loop-de-loops and all this stuff. It was just it was so much fun.
Yeah. For me, I didn't quite have that much space, but we had a 2-acre yard, so still enough space for you to have fun. Like me and the neighbor, the neighbor also had a go-kart, so me and him would have drag races, like from my yard, like to his yard. If we combined our yards, we had like 5 acres. So we would drag race through my yard, like dart around my house, and then drive through his yard and see who can get to his side of his house the fastest. Usually it was me, because mine go-kart was actually an old racing go-kart meant for speed.
Oh, nice.
Well, until 2 separate instances where one where the tire came off and I rolled it 4 times without a roll cage, and somehow nothing more than a bruised ego and sore hand,
Oh.
and then the engine caught fire.
Oh. That's not good.
Yeah, so that was the end of that. So I only had it for 2 years. I'm like, we kept trying to figure out how to get a new engine, but then my sisters came along, and when you add 2 more miles to the house and other that tends to start taking up the extra money you would have for stuff like that. So that was the end of the go-kart.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, and what's funny is the go-kart that I had, it had the roll cage in it, and it was more of a like a off-roader kind of go-kart. And my dad one year he decided that he was going to change up the course, and he moved the mower, like the track. Oh, I just noticed a little pong in the background. That's funny. Um, but he moved it over to where there was this dirt mound, and me and my infinite brilliance decided, hey, I'm in a go-kart, let's see if we can jump this mound.
Oh, dear.
And it was only maybe like a foot and a half, 2 feet mound, but it was just high enough to where, if you got some speed at, going full speed, you're going to catch some air. And sure enough, I ended up one of these days, like, I just decided, you know what, today's the day. I'm going to really just put the beans to it. I'm really going to just ramp it up. And I did. I went around at top speed, the fastest that thing could get me going, and I hit this mound, and when I tell you, I ended up driving the nose of the go-kart into the dirt and did a complete end-over-end somersault. Yeah. It was, I sat there in the seat, just kind of dumbfounded, like, did I just do what I think I just did? And I'm like looking around, it's like, okay, did anybody see that? No. Okay, now the engine's still running. Is everything? Got up and I got out and I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, it looks like it's in good shape. Like, doesn't look broken, nothing's bent. I'm looking at myself and like, okay, nothing's broken, nothing's bent. That's good. So I got back in and just took off. It's like, nothing to see here.
Yeah. Yeah, with me, when I rolled mine, it was because one of my tires that came off. Like, so I was going along, and then I felt like a little bump, but I thought, oh, that's just part of the yard. But so when I took the turn, I didn't realize I was missing one tire, and I went the side that I turned on the side that did not have a tire, so that side dug into the ground really hard and rolled me over. The 4, 5 times, or that's what I remember. My dad said he was watching. He saw me roll a couple of times, so. But it was like, well, and then landing on the side, I'm like, and it completely being fine. Besides, like I said, a bruised ego and a sore hand.
Oh, wow. It sounds like you got lucky then.
Yeah. But, I mean, just having fun, drag racing my friend, like I said, that was fun, Like, when you have a big enough yard when you can do that, it's fun,
Oh, it sounds like it's fun.
Yeah. The only time when it's not fun is when Mom is mad that, oh, don't mess up my flowers that are all in the yard. It's like, well, the yard's the only place I have to drive this thing.
So
all of a sudden, you just see a perfect cut right down the middle of the yard where I've been driving it from the front of Like, I'm going fast enough, I'm chopping all the flowers upon and sending me in the face. I'm like, this ain't fun doing just straight one lap. That's when I switched to the driveway for a bit.
Oh no. So I had a
It was
friend growing
also
up.
slightly unfortunate because we shared a driveway, so occasionally you would have the neighbor come down the driveway, and you do not like, technically since she owned both sides of the driveway, there wasn't a side I could technically pull off to and not be technically considered trespassing. I mean,
Oh,
that's why I'm like, well, typically, like, at a certain point, I'm like, all right, stop using the driveway because she didn't like me driving in her yard, which I understand it's her yard, but it's like, can we at least work out? Can we get one side of the driveway? Because that's kind of you own both sides. So if we meet each other on the driveway, because it's only big enough for one car, someone's got to wait at the top or wait at the bottom
yeah.
or back up.
So I had a friend growing up, and
Of course, he had the occasional running like, oh, we meet a vehicle on the driveway.
So I had a friend growing up, and he had a go-kart, but his was kind of similar, like what you were talking about, but it was like a two-seater, so it was
Boy.
like really wide. And one year, we all got the brilliant idea during winter to tie a rope to the back of the go-kart, and then at the end of the rope was a sled. And we were taking turns of somebody driving, somebody riding in the back, and just kind of sledding around their yard. They didn't have the biggest yard, but it was really kind of like the house was centrally located on the yard, so you could just kind of go around the yard and going around and around and around. Well, they decided that it was my turn to ride on the sled. And I'm like, all right, so I'm getting drug around the yard and going around lap after lap after lap. And at one point, they're like, okay, well, we're going around the same path over and over and over. Well, at one point, they decide, okay, we're going to change it up. And instead of going on this part of the path, we're going to go on this part of the path. Well, what they didn't take into account is that kind of changed the angles at which the trees were at. And
Oh boy.
yeah,
I see where that's going.
yeah, I got slammed into a tree going top speed. That wasn't fun.
Yep.
I basically popped up and it's like, ow, that sucks. I don't like it.
For me, I can say normally for most people cutting the yard would be a chore. I had fun cutting the yard for some reason.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why. I just enjoyed actually doing it.
Well, so for the longest time, my parents, before my dad got that New Holland tractor, they had just a regular like riding lawnmower. It was just basically like the throwaway models, like the Craftsman and the so on and so forth back in those days. And it would take us all day, like literally an entire day, to do the yard. Because like I said, we had like 12 acres at this particular property, so we were just just mowing and mowing and mowing all day long. And eventually I got to an age where they're like, oh, well, if you want, you can do the yard, you can do the mowing. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'll give it a try. And sure enough, I ended up getting on the lawnmower, and I used to love doing it. I used to love just going out there. And it was at that time when Walkmans were starting to become a thing, like the Discmans. So I would sit there and have my Walkman on, and I would be listening to like an old cassette or something like that. And then eventually turn into the Discman, into the like the CD players. But those ones, when they first came out, really sucked because if any bump came around, it was just it'd skip the song. So I was constantly just bump, skip, bump, skip, bump, skip. And it's like, okay, this is trash. I'm just going to go back to the Walkman for a while. And then eventually they started coming out with the anti-skip technology, where they had the buffering So it would read to a small memory, and eventually would just play it through. And if you bumped it and it couldn't read, it would just pick up where the buffer left off, kind of thing. So, fun stuff. Fun stuff back in the day.
Yep, yep. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Also remember, like say when I was real young, like did your dad ever hook up like a wagon behind it or something like that to pull along?
Yes. Yep.
I loved being like, for whatever reason, I love being pulled behind the lawnmower while cutting the grass. For whatever reason, it's like it's just so fun. I'm like, I'm only doing like 5 miles an hour, but it's like I'm a kid. I'm on top of the world, right?
That's it. Yeah, my dad, he did the same exact thing, and it was funny because, like I said, it was an all day affair, all day, and I would fall asleep. I'd fall asleep in the wagon. So it was
Yeah,
good times.
yeah. I mean, like ours was also kind of like say decently big, like say 2 to 2.5 acres. Usually took me like with the old riding more took me like in 2 hours, but then we got like the zero turn. I'm like, all right, with the zero turn, I breezed through that within an hour, you know.
Yep.
But it was like, but you like say, but at the very big front of our yard, we had this huge ditch, but like say it would get overgrown, but it was for like say we had two kind of we had the ditch that came from the street because our house was the ours and the neighbor's house was the odd houses on the street. Everyone else had houses at the top, top of the road. Ours was far back at the back of our property, so you had to go down the driveway. Like say, you could turn the lights off if you want to know there's a house there. But like say, but at the front we had this big, deep ditch curver, and when you had to mow it, sometimes your mower could do a wheelie if you weren't careful.
Ooh,
Like
that's
it was like
that sounds
like
like
Dad, you
fun.
know what? This may not be like say the safest thing to be riding on. Oh, it's fine. And then he went out there like he didn't. And when he about flipped it over, like okay, I get your point now. Understood.
Yeah, yeah. It's all fun and games until you have to experience it.
Yeah, but that zero turn actually, like say, I was actually able to start a small business cutting people's yards for a couple of bucks. Made
Mm-hmm.
some money off of it, every week, which was good. At 14, actually doing something besides sitting around the house.
Oh yeah, no, and that's something that more parents should try to instill in their children is that kind of sense of work ethic.
Yeah.
Being like that. That's one, keeps the kid out of trouble, so that's always a good thing. And it shows them that, like, hey, if you have the drive, if you have that kind of entrepreneurial spirit, you can make something.
I also remember one time my mom told me to go rake the yard. Well, at the time we had just like bought like the bag for like to hold the grass in. So I kind of got clever. Like, all right, I'll put the mower on the highest setting, and then just started all blowing all the leaves into the bag. She's like, "That's cheating." Like, well, you told me to rake the yard. You never told me I couldn't use the mower to get it done faster.
That's no, that sounds like a brilliant idea to me.
And I told her besides, like, for me, like, say we had snakes in our area. I'm like, Mom, there's probably like, say, would you want me raking the yard again and bit by a copperhead or something like that? Come
Oof,
on.
oof, the the guilty the guilt the guilt trip right there. Oof.
It's like, look, would you rather me do it with a rake and risk getting bit by a snake, or me doing it with the more and the snake becoming something else, becoming mixed meat under the the blade?
Oh, can I sneak through? Oh, I'm trying to sneak. Sneaky sneak. Come on. Oh, please don't get stuck. Please do not get stuck. There we go. We got it. Got it.
Got it.
Wait a minute. Okay, over here. There we go.
Boom. Another couple of bucks.
Booyah. All right, so let me catch up with the chat here real quick. I think I left off with Tim saying, you can do it, Jonah. Luke says, I should hire you to do mine. If you want to kick out some ideas, I mean, I'm certainly not the greatest, but I can certainly try and help. Tim says, steady, referring to you and the in the claw. Bradford says, I post a link on Discord, a training video for logging. The only thing is the video is for FS22. Okay, nice. Luke says, good job. Also says, that's funny, Bradford. Tim says, nice. Tim also says, BTW, that's a paddling, also from The Simpsons. Yes, it is. Let's see, we got Jonah with the...
he's referring to, too. The old man saying, that's a paddling.
That's a paddling. Jonah with the $5 super chat says 5 logs equals $5. Luke with the $10 super chat. Thank you both so very much. Luke says, yeah, I'm not cheap, LOL. Whiskey says, it was with Will, then I... Oh. Oh, you accepted the contract, or you collected on the contract, and all of a sudden I just so happened to see the screen flash in front of my face. Oh my goodness!
I was collecting mine. I was like, oh, I can collect this one for him.
Whiskey says it was with Will, then I hopped on. Nice. Bradford says Mario Kart. Yes. If only I had the little red turtle shell to just chuck around all over the place. Tim says, beep, beep, beep. Luke says, have any of you watched the show Cobra Kai? I have not. If I understand it right, that's like a YouTube exclusive, which I don't have like YouTube TV or anything like that. Rusty, how's it going? Rusty Mining Gaming just stopped in. How you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. It says hello BDD and all. Hot Night with the sheep poof poof poof. How you doing, Hot Night? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. Says good morning, day, evening. And also, where is my super mega final cut? A bone, what? Where is my super mega final cut moment? Sorry, Hot Night, you lost me. I have no idea what you're saying there. And Luke says hi to Rusty. There we go. All right. Holy smokes, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Whew. Where did the time go?
Well, I don't know. Mike, we've been having so much fun.
Well, you figure we've been streaming for what, 3.5 hours now?
Roughly, you know. I mean, it won't be the biggest stream you ever done, but certainly, you know, not the smallest either.
Oh, no. I think the longest stream I've done was like 5, maybe 6 hours long.
I think you did a 6 hour and 8 minute stream one.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Let's see. Hot Night says, haha, yes, my English sucks. No biggie, Hot Night. No biggie at all. Luke says, it is on, it's on Netflix now. For some reason I thought it was on YouTube. Maybe it was originally on YouTube? I don't know. I have no idea. Let's see. All right, no more wood transports, no more dead woods for right now. And then we've only got the root crops. Let's go ahead and skip a day. We're going to skip. Let's head back to the farm. Oh, you know what? I might need you to hit the accept button. It might yell at you.
I was about to say, yep.
Hey, let me out. There we go. Let's skip ahead.
Should I accept? Yes.
Do I hold him hostage or not? Do I prevent him from skipping forward? Whoa. Well, that's actually kind of cool looking. I never noticed
Morning,
those.
neighbor.
I've never noticed the lanterns on the house before.
Mhm.
That's cool. Let's see. So we're what, in
Well,
November now?
we missed Halloween.
Let's see. So we are definitely getting to a point where we're gonna have to. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Oh, I'm trapped in the backyard again. Ugh. I've done that so many times where I just go running into the yard and realizing, oh hey, I can't escape. Ooh, we got the enoki mushrooms here. Why am I not seeing? Oh yeah, no, enoki. Yeah. And then yes, oyster mushrooms. Sweet. That's cool. And then over here, I think. Oh, look at all those pallets. We got rice saplings. That's cool. That's really cool.
Some money. Some extra moolah on the side.
Well, especially those mushrooms. The rice saplings, I'm probably gonna hang on to until it comes time to plant. But
Oh yeah.
but I think that was what, April is when I can start planting.
You said April, yes sir.
Yes, April. Beauty. So yeah, it's one of those where I can just hang on to those and not have to worry about it. Yeah, I think this will probably be a good spot to start leaving it off because, like I said, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting a little bit tired. A little bit tired, but I had an absolute blast hanging out with y'all here tonight. Jonah, I had a really good time hanging out with you as well. Hope you did as well. Yes.
I mean, of course. I mean, any day I have with you is going to be a good day.
Hey, gotta be a good day. I absolutely love it. Do you want to give yourself another shout out before we start wrapping things up here?
I guess as always, check out the train channel. If you like trains, you will love my channel. Rail Fanning Jonah.
Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead and check out Jonah's channel there. Like I said, he's got a couple of really cool videos. Like I said, the one that you took of the it's getting late and my brain's frying. The drone. Well, the high speed the high speed train one was really cool. Seeing that train go whizzing by at 150 miles an hour, and then the drone, the drone footage. Both of those two were really really cool.
And there's some videos up from like a couple of days ago that have some good drone footage. A lot of people have said it's already looking good, so y'all should go check those out.
Nice, absolutely. Check them out. Rail Fanning Jonah over on YouTube. Let's see. So let me catch up with the last bit of the chat here. So it looks like Luke says, I sent you a link to the show. Nice. Thank you, Luke. I appreciate it. We got Hot Night saying night night. Hot Night, you have yourself a fantastic night. And Tim says, love the mic BDE. Well, thank you. You got a little plushy thing on there. I had this little wind deflector, but right above my head, you can't see it, is a ceiling fan. And it was still picking up some of the breeze from the ceiling fan, so I figured this would be a much better way to be able to prevent any of the wind noise from the fan. So yeah, that's kind of the thought process behind it. We got got Jonah saying last. It doesn't look like it. It looks like Whiskey kind of snuck back in there. Whiskey says, see you, BDD, and God save the king. Awesome. Well, like I said, y'all, I had a fantastic night hanging out with you tonight. I hope y'all did too. If you enjoyed it, please show them by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. The shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care.
Bye, everybody.